you. Welcome back to the Close to Broke podcast. My name is Kiran, and today we're joined by our lovely co-host as well as David in the booth. We're starting off with Christian.
I have a good idea. What's up, guys?
Aidan.
I have a better idea. I'm taller.
It's hard to refute that. That is a fact.
Oh my God.
That is a fact. I don't know about bigger, but he is taller. Then we have our good friend Logan as well, our residential NFT expert. He only gets that tag because he has a Bored Ape. Otherwise, massive misses, dude. How's Alphabetes?
How's what's the sushi verse?
No.
Why are you coming to me, bro? I didn't even say
Bored and
anything.
Dangerous.
I didn't even bring up NFTs.
Before we get in this episode started,
episode 2, bro. We're out here in the podcast.
No, I think this might be whatever we don't know what the structure, not the structure, but the pacing, or not the pacing, but
we've recorded a podcast already.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So I don't know if this one, the first one, the second one. It doesn't matter. The point being, he was going down the rabbit hole of structure and specifically relating it to a Pokemon by the name of Ditto. I don't know how it can possibly be related, but
more
please
like
take
the concept as a whole of like routine in your life, structure, and how some people like really, really need it, and some people don't really need structure and can kind of thrive in like a chaotic.
Aidan, you grew up in a very structured household, right?
I don't know.
Your mom, but what I'm saying is like, I don't know. I
don't know.
Did you grow up in a structured household? Like,
I don't know what structure.
What does that even mean?
Like you wake up, there's like, you know what I mean? Like you have dinner at a certain time. Like it's like I don't know. Like, did it feel structured to you? Did it feel like not structured?
I just have I don't know. Structure.
Did you eat breakfast in the morning?
That seems like a good place.
Yeah,
to start.
I was not eating breakfast.
Like there's a relative routine, you know.
I mean, I had that.
Wake
too.
up,
Like,
eat breakfast, you know.
But how is this relevant to a Pokemon by the name of Ditto?
So I was going into it. I was trying to like structure the idea of like routine, structure, and trying to make a comparison to a Pokemon in Ditto, because it's like if you think of like that gel substance in a box, the box being structure, and how it would. You look so bored, bro.
No, I'm not bored. I'm interested because I'm blown away. I'm trying to see where this is going to end. That's why I don't want to like stop.
Honestly, if I knew where it was going to end.
Gel in a box. I need to hear the gel in a box and Ditto.
Sometimes I start sentences and I just don't know where they're going. So
Michael
like,
Scott.
I've seen The Office. Okay, that's a plus for the TV show.
Dude,
where I was like, all right, so you have a gel-like substance or water in a box, and if you take the box away, it's going to like flow everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a great like metaphor for structure.
But how does this tie in with
I
Ditto,
feel like
the
my
Pokemon?
brain naturally is flowing everywhere, that when I need it to be structured.
Yeah, I
crave structure.
Like if the water's your brain going crazy and you put the structure, it helps keep it all like intact.
Dude, so my young life is me very unstructured, super chaotic, right? I'm bouncing off shit. So then as I get older, I have to learn how to put up walls to create structure for myself. So I'm not, so it's not off the rails.
I think people that say that they thrive under chaotic circumstances and they don't need structure are bullshitting the fuck out of you.
No,
they're like snake oil salesmen.
No.
You need some form of structure.
You know what it is? Do you know what that chaos is? Yeah, of course you do. I agree with you. But you know what? You know why people like it? It's game time. It's like what Kobe has.
No,
it's
but
the eye test. That's all chaos. It's like in that moment.
Liking it as opposed to like going to a home that's chaotic and then be like, no, they're just thriving. It's like, come on, what are we talking about? You need structure.
Yeah.
You just need structure.
But organic, what people are saying when they're saying like, I thrive under chaotic circumstances, are saying like, I like the feeling of organic energy. Like when things just like come out of nowhere and then you ride that wave. That's, I think, what they're talking about. And that's cool. Everybody likes that. You know
what? I could not imagine chaos in like Logan's life. What would that even look like?
What? I feel like...
No, I'm saying like I couldn't... I don't think it's very
I feel
chaotic.
Like there's been a lot of chaos.
Really?
DoorDash delivery comes late.
Yeah, that's the chaos. That's the chaos, dude.
I feel like you've learned a lot from chaos, no?
From chaos?
From his young, like childhood, right? You moved like 50 times. Can you describe that a little bit?
No. I mean, I could. I mean, I moved a lot around when I was a kid.
But how does that impact you? Because I think that ties in well with the chaoticness. Like your longest friend you met at a gas station after not seeing him for like 3 years. I think that's fucking crazy.
Yeah. When I first...
Is that you?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a great story.
I've never heard that story.
Can you tell it a little bit?
I was in 3rd grade, and then I met Aidan in 3rd grade. And then my mom found his mom at a gas station. And
after losing touch. They lost touch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys like move schools?
Yeah, I went to a
wow, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
They currently live together.
This is like before cell phones, so it was like...
Yeah.
That was like 20 years ago.
I forgot to mention that this was like before iPhones. And
It's like
shit.
literally
crazy.
15, 18 years ago.
Yeah, it's like
That's really
almost
cool.
20 years
But
ago.
the craziest part of the story, I think that wasn't even like clarified, but he wasn't even with his mom. His mom just saw Aidan and his mom at the gas station. So it wasn't like Logan was like,
shout out
yo,
your
no.
mom, dude, for like setting that back up.
Dude,
That's
she
cool.
really came
Yeah,
through, dude.
shout out to
She
the
came in
mom.
the
Came through the
clutch.
clutch, dude. I think that's crazy. I can't imagine. I've moved like 4 times in my life, I think, something like that. You moved like 4 times in like a space of like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, I've been to a lot of schools. I've been to like probably like 13, 14 schools.
That's crazy. That's extremely
crazy to me.
chaotic.
That is chaotic
That
to me.
sounds
And that's-
chaotic.
You look at him how he's dressed, you're like, that dude's chaos. That dude's chaos personified. He's got a blue polo with
This is
swim.
a
Dude, you know where we got that at?
This is comfortable.
Do you
bro.
know where we got
What are
that
you-
at?
You're wearing the all black from the emo fest still, bro. Like you got Converse on the rug. What are you doing? Come on,
You
bro.
got the black Converse, dude.
I'm chilling. We're in a room with a
Dude,
rug. You know, I'm
you're
just chilling in
dressed
my
like
Crocs,
you are Jeffrey Dahmer.
right?
Ties in well with
He goes,
the
Segway.
segue. I don't think none of you guys watched the Jeffrey Dahmer
I've
series.
seen some of it.
No,
I haven't seen it.
I've seen really brutal.
Are you guys
clips
familiar
from it.
with the story? That's what's crazy. But are you guys familiar with the story
Roughly.
Yeah, of course.
roughly?
He's a serial killer.
Do you ever sit back and just think like, dude, that's
Could
a
you be
person?
a serial killer?
No,
Yeah, I could be.
not like that.
Oh, sorry.
That's
I thought we were
not
going somewhere
what the
else.
fuck. No, that
Christian got
person.
me. He knows where I was going with that.
That person exists, dude.
I know. I have to hold him down inside my head
my
every day.
God, bro.
Dude, oh my god.
Yeah. You know, there's a couple of us in the.
Christian's like, I feel that, dog.
No, I don't feel that.
I don't feel that. No,
I do
no,
not.
I
no.
thought we were
feel
going
like
that. I thought we were
feel
getting there
It's another
together.
friend of ours, dude.
You know, woo! Shout out to that friend, dude.
That's it, dude.
Dude, that. So, anyways, I got really wrapped into watching this show, and I watched it at night every night, and I just binged it
You're
over
not a
2
big
nights.
TV guy, so that's surprising.
You
to
don't
me.
watch anything.
No.
Kiran's seen 4
Bro, here
movies
you
in his
guys
whole
go
life.
again, interrupting Kiran's
No,
story.
no, no. I think that maybe it was on accident, but I think it's interesting because they are right. I don't watch that much TV. I don't watch. It's like known amongst our friend group that I just don't watch that. We're the same way. We
Do you
take a lot of
consume
YouTube.
content?
We take a lot of YouTube in. Logan and I are the same that
Like
way.
poker, or what do you watch?
No,
Logan
no.
just watched
YouTube. Like, dude, I could be watching a surfer video. I am too fat to end up in the water, and somehow I could swear on my mom's life that I could be a
How
surfer
did
in
you
like a day.
end up watching the Dahmer? Did you hear it was good and like turn it on?
Start surfing.
Yeah, I just could swear. You know, the thing is, I just get wrapped. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna end up at Rodica like one day with a surfboard attached on the top of my I-8. And the Christian's like, "What are you doing, dude?" You're like, "I'm a surfer." And then the very next week, it's gone. And he's like, "What happened to the surfboard?" I'm
Dude,
like, "Nah,
cowboy
dude."
phase. That was a week-long phase. Kiran wore
I
cowboy
feel
stuff.
like
He
that
bought
Ditto
the whole
metaphor
outfit.
I made just flopped so hard.
Ew,
I was
dude.
trying. I was like not really a well formulated
I don't
idea.
know. That's
And
what
it
I wanna
jumped to
know
me
how.
like right away, and I was like, I didn't really think of it all the way through yet, but I tried to put it together.
Dude, you know what that idea needed, dude? Structure.
Oh!
All right, Dahmer, you watched it.
Yes. So, but what I was saying was that I watched it at night, and I sat there from like 5 to 6 a.m. in the darkness. Like, there's a person out there like that hasn't been found out again. Seriously, dude. Are you not scared of that shit? You're never scared about it until you think about it.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
I'm never like, oh my God, there's a Jeffrey Dahmer out there. But like, I'm just like driving sometimes, and I did watch it. I'm like, yo, there's a guy out there like that. That's a person.
Yeah, people do crazy shit, bro.
You know, I have an acid story.
You're
I was
I'm
coming
interested
down
in
off
that
acid,
story.
driving back from Coachella one year,
Allegedly.
and our tire popped. And I like catch it on the freeway. It's like right before Morongo. You guys know that?
You're
band?
coming back towards
Yeah,
LA?
so I'm basically like 20 minutes like past Morongo.
Morongo, for context, is about an hour and a half from here.
Sure, yeah, I think it's 83 miles. So
Okay, now we have a lot of context.
70 miles.
Now we have a
from
lot of
Morongo.
context.
And we have to pull off. It's like 4 a.m. and we pull into we call AAA. They put us on a flatbed in my car, and they take us to just a random motel because like we have to do something, right? There's
Yeah.
no tire place open. It's like 3 a.m. Dude, this is where it turns into an actual horror story. I get out of the car. The guy's still there. He's waiting. I'm like, let me just go check in. I get out of the car. I walk up to. It looks like it's like a regular motel. There's just doors, right? And then there's a white light, and it looks like a hut that has a glass and like those things where you slide a piece of paper under, and like a little mic on the window.
And
Right?
there's
That's
two
the
twins.
That's the only thing. There's only a light there, right? So I walk up to it. I turn to the right. There's a guy standing outside of his room smoking, just staring at me. Right? He's the only person awake.
Seems pretty
There's
standard.
nobody at the window. I just see a piece of paper that asks you your information, like check in, and there's maggots in the sliding thing.
Oh my
like
god!
Like it's Halloween. Like somebody put up decorations. And I immediately, the guy's still staring at me. I sprint back to the car. I'm like, yo, man, you got to get us the fuck out of here. He's starting to take like my car down. I'm like, dude, you got to get us out of here. Like, we can't stay. I'm pretty sure we're going to get fucking killed here. So I get what you're saying where it's like, that's the only time I've ever been like, oh, like I'm influenced enough here that I have to leave this space. I'm like, yeah I think I'm going to get killed here. You know what I mean?
When I was a kid, I used to have this thing where I lived in a 2-story condominium or like apartment or whatever.
Did you drive away and the guy just was smoking a cigarette, or what happened?
Yeah, we got back in the
Did you keep an eye on like the dude smoking a cigarette?
No, we pulled out.
Dude, you just want to get out of there.
He took us to like a Best Western or something.
But I'm saying, like, when you're driving away, you didn't look back and see him, like...
No.
I was really freaked out.
And he was on acid.
No, I wasn't
allegedly.
on. I was coming down off acid.
Okay, that changes the thing.
Yeah,
so there's also a chance that
very
it wasn't
paranoid.
maggots and it was
maggots.
paper clips that your brain's like...
Yeah, that's fair. I didn't consider that aspect. That's fair.
I mean, dude, we've all done. I mean,
No,
you've done acid.
no, I didn't.
You would know.
Allegedly.
You would know.
I was joking.
I've
It
done
was not
mushrooms, not acid.
But so going back to what I was saying, when I was a kid, I used to have like little things like this. I would walk downstairs and I'd have to turn the light off to come back upstairs, and I'd be like, oh my god, Bowser's gonna chase me. So like
Bowser
at
was
full
your-
speed,
your
I'd fucking full speed
The
run
bad guy
upstairs.
from Mario?
That's so funny.
The like turtle guy.
That's funny that
Yeah.
you're afraid of Bowser. Like he's
Yeah.
he's like the manifestation of evil for you when you're a
Shoot,
kid.
at that time, dude, it was.
Dude, remember when you called me about cricket the other night?
Yeah.
So I was coming back. My dad's out of town. He's in Germany, and he was like, "Hey, I need you to go look at this property." The agent was selling it. She left it was the night it was raining, the first rainy night of the season, right? She left the sliding glass door open and like left another door open. So like I have to drive there at 2 a.m. after I get off work to go close that shit, right? I smoke a joint before I go. Terrible idea. I'm driving over there, getting super paranoid because it's really dark. Whatever. I don't know where I'm at. You know what I mean? Whatever. I get to the house. It takes me 20 minutes to open the door because I'm so fucking paranoid. I get in there. I sprint upstairs because it was all dark. It's like a 3-bedroom house. I sprint upstairs, slam the door shut, come back down, slam the other door shut, check if there's water, and like sprint out of there because I was so afraid.
How long ago was this?
This was like 2 nights ago.
What are you scared of?
I was
The
high
dark.
and I was just paranoid. I was like afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
I was afraid of like I was in some random neighborhood in like
Yeah.
a random house. It's totally empty. It's just freaky.
Whose
you know
house
what
is
I mean?
this?
My dad's selling a house. It's like
It's like it's just a dormant house. Okay,
yeah,
so
exactly.
it's like you don't know.
You know what I
well,
mean?
yeah.
Like the emptiness is really scary. Like it's just I just don't know.
You know what people don't realize? Silence is really scary.
So scary.
Especially coming from like we're from the city. Like we're from like silence
You're
is
from
scary.
like you're from like a rural Indiana or something, right?
What?
I got it. I thought it was pretty funny.
So you
Silence
were
is
scared
scary.
of Bowser when you were a kid. You were scared
Yeah,
of.
I think so.
Scared of the dark. You weren't
Were
scared
you
of the dark
scared
as a kid?
No.
What were you scared of when you were a kid?
I was never really scared.
Like,
of
what'd you have
the dark.
nightmares about?
Scared of the dark.
Apparently, Kiran
I
was
had
playing too much
nightmares.
Mario Kart.
I had nightmares about the trailer park girls from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
You didn't really
Ed
watch
boy.
that, Andy.
Yeah.
Ed the boy.
Those 3 girls from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why. Those girls
Then,
creep
like,
me out.
I get it. Courage was scary. That whole time was scary for
Courage was kind
The
of
only thing like that I can even think of where I was like just like a reason to like why would you even be scared of it? My cousins told me I grew up like a bunch of cousins like all older than me, and we watched like The Exorcism, like these obviously like R-rated scary movies. I'm like a child, and they're telling me that dolls when you're asleep come to life.
That's scary.
classic.
That's pretty scary.
That's
And
That's classic.
I had girl cousins obviously as well, and they all have tons of dolls and like the porcelain dolls. So not
so you
like
used to play with dolls. What you're saying?
that's not what I'm saying.
That's what he's getting at.
no,
Let the record
so-
show he plays with dolls
They all have these porcelain dolls, and we'd all have like these big sleepovers.
that you're
and
playing with.
They're like when you're asleep, they come to life, and they're gonna fuck you up.
Porcelain is the scary part,
That's
bro.
the scary
Those are
part.
the-
Scary.
Not
He's
like,
like-
I'm not talking Barbie dolls. I'm talking like OG, like mid '80s, like porcelain, like made out like the eyes that flicker.
It's like, we got the nice dolls.
Look,
okay?
the scariest movies or the scariest things are the ones that could be real. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It's like,
And that,
the
do you want to know
orphan-
what
like,
also
you know the
came
orphan?
out
Yeah.
That's scary,
That's a-
bro.
that's a real-
that shit's
but
That's a real
at
thing.
the time. Chucky just came out,
It's called the Hidden Valley Syndrome.
and Chucky, a doll that comes to life.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
totally. I think it's very scary.
And I'm a child, and they're like,
Yeah.
so that's the only thing that I can
Do
kind of
the
see.
math.
But you,
I'm
like,
easily afraid. So you're right. You're preaching the fucking choir right now.
but then I grew up and I was like, oh fuck, I'll stomp a fucking porcelain doll out. Like that shit's
Don't
gonna
get
explode.
that.
You know?
I stay.
I feel like if there is a possessed doll, like it's getting you.
How? It's a
It's
doll.
possessed. It has a higher
You
power.
know-
I always see
know
the Chucky
why?
movies, and it's like there's always this element of surprise where it's like there's some level of fear. It's like if you just don't get, like it's. I mean, we're talking
You know
about
why?
a spiritual doll taking you over.
But it's not
so
spiritual.
like-
It's demonic.
You're always the first guy to get killed. That's what
yeah,
it is.
you're the
because
first
you're
guy.
not expecting.
Because you don't. No, it's not that he expects it. He expects it and expects he wins every time.
Well, yeah, there's that.
What's
as
your
well.
exit strategy? Bro, a
In what
good example.
situation?
No, a good example of this is like Dustin. Shout out to Dustin, by the way. He's the same way. Every time I enter somewhere, I constantly think, "What's my exit strategy?"
Of course, yeah.
If there's a guy that comes in here with a
Yeah.
gun, tries to shoot us up, what's my exit strategy?
white dude in a hoodie comes into a movie theater, I'm already looking at exits.
Already. So you describe yourself.
Literally, you
You
described
just
it.
described
I want to
yourself.
high five you.
If Aiden walks in, like I'm freaking out.
Yeah, I don't know. I look.
Do you know what my exit strategy is at
Tall,
Aro, by the way?
good-looking, strong guy.
I call
60
everyone to
homeowner.
the kitchen and I just put us all in the walk-in.
I would never.
That's
now
not an
I would
exit strategy.
never-
That's a hide strategy.
If you call us into the kitchen, I'm never going.
What's the threat? I'm talking about Chucky here.
Well, Chucky's gonna get you, right? Demonic. It's
No, come on,
possessed.
dog. We're stomping Chucky out.
No, but here's the thing. You don't expect it. That's why. Because you're not sitting around thinking like, oh, what if this doll that's in my house is going to turn to life? That's why Chucky's going to get you. That's why he gets you every time. Only after you're in a small town and people start disappearing, there's murders, you know what I mean? And then the
Let me
word
ask you a
gets out,
question.
then you can expect it.
First problem. Don't be in a small town.
You
probably-
live in a small town.
No, it's Orange County, bro.
I'm talking about like
Nah.
when you say small
Where he
town,
lives?
I picture like in the middle of
Yeah.
like the.
South Pass is a small town.
You know what
I,
is a small
I say
town?
when I think like
like
rural,
Joshua Tree.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think like
totally.
rural South.
that shit's
small
scary.
town.
Sure.
Yeah,
So
like,
going back
South
to the,
Pass is still a small town.
nah,
South,
man.
small
But it's
town
connected
relative.
to big,
That's
massive
true.
towns.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
That's true.
like a
I'm
rock's
not
throw
thinking
away.
like city. I'm thinking like dirt roads and shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like
You're
Jason and
describing
Freddy
Joshua
Krueger
Tree.
and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They got
those
one-
movies didn't get.
There's like 20,
for some reason dolls, porcelain shit
Those movies
resonated.
don't get me. Movies that are just so outlandish,
You saw Smile?
impossible, don't scare me.
dude.
I didn't see
I
it, but talk to
didn't.
me. Was
I
it
didn't.
amazing?
Bro,
You said it was the scariest movie you've ever seen.
I watched.
I called you pussy. But that
I
was
probably
fucked up.
watched 6% of it, like not under my hood. I watched like 95
Under your hood. This the guy comes up to the
Are you that
through the
scared?
hood.
through my hood.
What?
Like I was that scared. But I'm bad with scary movies. Like
Okay.
Lily,
How are you
who's
bad with
great with scary movies,
Yeah.
watched like 80% of it through a hood. It was scary, bro.
I just don't get that. Like,
What is the
scary.
premise of the story? Without spoiling it. Spoilers if there is any Smile movie if you haven't seen it.
People start getting taken over by something, and it manifests itself like
Is
as
this-
a smile.
Is this the Peel guy? Key and Peel guy?
No. It's
No?
just it's a wild
Yeah,
scary
it
movie.
is.
No,
It's not?
It's not by the Peel.
Oh,
the
I
Key
thought
and
it
Peele
was.
guy?
That's Nope.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah.
I think-
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
What
So it is Jordan Peele?
Someone gets
No,
taken
no.
over demonically, and then a smile comes on their face.
Yeah. So, short premise: people get taken over by like a thing, and only certain people can see it, and it manifests itself as a smile. So, if you saw it right now, and you turn to me, you're like, "Do you see that?" I wouldn't see it.
You wouldn't
That's-
see
and
the
then it would come
smile?
from-
I
me?
wouldn't see the smile. So, say Logan was smiling all crazy at him, and he turned to me. He's like, "Do you see that?" I wouldn't see it. So I wouldn't.
So
believe
my
him.
face is like,
It's like The
Yeah.
Ring.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe him. Yeah, exactly.
oh,
like
I've never
The
seen The
Ring.
Ring either. What the
Small
fuck?
What?
premises, small
I haven't
premises. Kiran
seen
hasn't seen
any of
any
these.
Ring
I haven't
was
seen
really-
any movies.
What's the last movie you watched? Just out of curiosity.
Two girls in
you
one
know what?
cup.
I have the answer to this. Scooby Doo. Cyber. It was like a cyber.
That's not the last movie you
That
watched.
is literally that last. I literally watched it like a week ago.
What were you? What's the
Boomerang.
context? of you-
Boomerang.com.
You went to boomerang.com. to
I have a
watch that
subscription, and I
movie? You have a
remembered.
subscription to
No, I
boomerang.com?
remembered that I had a subscription after like years of having. I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
Boomerang.
okay.
I clicked on it. I was like, yo, Scooby Doo front
Nostalgia
page.
boost.
Needed it. It was really good.
That's the last time you watched a movie?
What's
Yeah.
the last movie you watched that's like not a new movie, like something that you rewatched? Cricket.
No.
Yo, can we get the crickets, dude? Missed it.
Wrong button.
God, I don't remember.
When we flew back from Ireland, I watched all 3 Lord of the Ring movies.
Yeah, that's a
back to
long
back.
flight.
That's very, yeah, like
It was 11
It's
hours.
pretty on the nose,
it was
right?
longer than 11 hours.
Yeah.
It's pretty on the nose.
I sat there because I couldn't sleep, so I was like, I guess I'm gonna watch all three.
How,
All three.
how
back
were
to
they?
back. Really good.
Revenge of the. I mean, Return of the King.
Return of the King, yeah.
No, we
Good.
just watched all 3 Rush Hours.
Bro,
Oh,
That's-
dude,
that's a
I'm
serious
sorry.
Hell yeah.
Jackie
Chris
Chan,
Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
I'm pretty sure I can. I'm pretty sure I can write the script.
I think I've heard you talk about this
I
before.
love
I'm pretty sure I know every
I love
line
those
from that
movies.
movie.
Jackie Chan's like one
Rush
of
Hour
those.
1 or all of them?
That 1 and 2, not the third one.
One and
1 and
two.
2 for sure. That School of Rock. I can do.
course, School of
Rock.
and
Yeah, School of
every
Rock.
Ocean's movie.
What's
I think
School
I
of
can
Rock?
do.
You know this scene?
Are you fucking
What?
kidding me?
You've
Don't
never
ever
seen
disrespect
School
me
What's
like
that?
again.
What's
School of
that?
Rock
Come
with
on.
The
Jack
one
Black.
with Jack Black?
Dude, I'm talking about bands that rock.
Is that the one where?
Zeppelin.
Is
He's
that
a
the one?
band teacher.
Motorhead.
Is that?
What are they teaching this place? You don't know School of Rock? Dude, it's like the best movie of all time. In my heart,
Is
if I
that
had
the one where he like
serious?
fights like Satan? Like he's like Tenacious
No,
D?
that's Tenacious
No,
D.
that's
You said it.
I think I've seen that movie.
Bro, in my heart, School of Rock is
You've
my favorite
never
movie.
seen School of
Like,
Rock?
in my
It's
heart.
It's a movie I've seen
You know what
most
I mean?
times. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
No,
that.
I don't really
You
watch
know the
movies.
scene in Rush Hour where Chris
Yo,
Tucker's
poor
like,
people
"Do you
don't watch
understand the
movies.
words
Dude,
that
I
are
was
coming
poor.
out
It
of my
doesn't work
mouth?"
that way.
You getting on the
course.
airplane?
Yeah.
I had to do that
It's like,
scene
yes, I understand.
as Chris Tucker in this college class. It was.
you really?
I was Chris Tucker.
You went to college?
Yeah.
I dropped out of college, dude.
Same.
Snap
I
dropped
took
out.
two
Oh, the
and a half
few
years. So I forget.
Did you get an associate's?
Were you in an acting class?
No, it was.
So many questions.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of questions getting thrown at me.
What are the answers?
It was a
Give us
class
the
about like the
answers.
study of humans and like psychology and stuff, and we were doing like a scene from a movie for some reason. I forget how it was relevant at the time, and somehow I end up being Chris Tucker.
Oh
talking
my
to-
God.
doing the
That's a
scene.
tough spot.
This is going
It's
bad.
a
This is
tough
going
spot.
bad,
Tough
dude.
spot.
And I do the
do
Chris
it.
Tucker
Blackface.
voice.
You commit. You commit.
I
Don't
did
tell
not-
me, dude. Yo, you're getting canceled right here. Episode
you
1
commit.
canceled.
Oh, I commit. I go
Yeah, you
full
commit.
Chris Tucker
Yeah,
voice
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Oh, okay.
yeah. So,
Hey, man. Like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you commit.
That was pretty spot on, right?
You know what? This I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I respect that you committed to that. You know what I
in
mean?
front of like
Good for you.
literally 80 people in
Yeah.
class. I walk up. Everyone was so like, I don't have like stage fright or talking in front of people. Like people get a problem with like
Yeah.
big groups and talking in front of people. I love that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what the craziest thing
Never
is?
do it, but
Like
I did.
acting like things. Not that it matters, but I'm like consider myself like the life pipe. People say like, "Oh, what is your religion?" or whatever. I just kind of take from whatever
What
I
did
like.
you just say? I
Life
consider
of
myself
Pi.
the life of Pi.
You see, it's like a book, and there's like
The
a movie
Indian
about
dude
it.
where he gets with the tiger on the boat.
Yeah,
I've
but
never seen Life.
Not me.
That's good. No. But the thing is like there's this kid that takes in all the religions. He just takes them all in, whatever. But the point of the reason why I even bring this up to harp on the Chris Tucker acting thing, when we were in 8th grade, they made me the one non-Christian Catholic kid, Jesus, in the Stations of the Cross.
That seems fair.
And not
I mean,
only
you're
were
the
they
most Jesus-y looking.
That seems
I mean,
fair.
that's what they told me. That's what they told me.
Well,
But the
other
most-
13-year-old had a beard back
the
then. bro.
most-
Come on, like,
But the most ridiculous part of it was they put fake blood spatter on me, and I was shirtless at 12, 13 years old. Do you not remember this?
It sounds like a Catholic church, all right.
Do you not remember this? And I had these
crucial.
like short green shorts from like gym class, and I was like walking around with the cross on my back and shit. Like I had to reenact all the Stations of the Cross.
Bro, this sounds
Is
like
that the same school my cousin went to?
St.
No, I
Oh,
went to
no, we
St.
can't.
Elizabeth.
I mean, we
Oh.
probably shouldn't have said that out
I'm
loud.
gone. I already left, dude. We're chilling.
All right.
I mean, everything you just explained sounds like a creepy
You went
pastor's
to-
wet dream, bro.
You went to Catholic private school?
Yeah, for one.
Did you go to
one
Catholic
year.
private school? Did you really?
Did
Yeah.
you really?
You seem like a public school whole life guy.
No.
I had public school for half
1
of
year of
middle
his life.
school and high school, but
Oh.
for like middle school.
Where'd you go to high school?
Huntington Beach.
Super weird. I would have just. I don't. But you know,
Because most public.
we
school,
didn't know each other in high school. Too. That's why I don't. Yeah, I never thought about
Yeah,
where
I
you
was,
went to high school.
I was
South Pass also is like pretty much a private school.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels
So
like
I would
it
have
is.
church like twice a week.
Dude, we have to
Be
go
in
to
there.
church like every
Just
Wednesday.
thinking of like awful things in my head, so bored.
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, this place fucking sucks. So I didn't even know you have to do a communion to get like this whole event, and I didn't know. So
Like confirmed or whatever. You
sure,
talking about that?
one of those kind of things. To
Confirmation?
Get, like, get one of those little crackers and some wine, but you have to have one of the communions
Communion.
before you can get the crackers. I didn't know that, so I was just going up and eating the crackers and drinking the wine.
And
they
you
come up
didn't
to
get
me after-
blessed. You just.
And they
ate
were
it.
and they were like, "Hey, you've done a communion, right?"
You were just like, yeah.
You're like, yeah, I'm hungry.
Don't say
I
you
like
said
that
no.
grape
He's
juice.
like-
Don't tell me you said no.
No, I said, "Yeah, of course."
Oh yes, love it.
I didn't
love
know.
it.
I didn't know what the rules were of the. I thought it was just like, "Oh, come in, drink some wine."
What did you
and-
think they're gonna beat your ass? They're like, spit that out right now. Throw that
Those,
wine up right
those
now.
little Jesus crackers, like the body,
great.
They were good.
Are you
dog.
serious?
Yo, do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah, they're great.
I won't say
Nice.
the name for
Buttery.
this story, but there was somebody when we were in 7th grade. There was like a group of like the bad kids that went and got the stash. There were like altar boys
Of
and
wine?
girls. No, of the crackers and ate all of them.
Love that.
Just Lavash
Great
crackers.
move.
And they got in so much trouble.
Imagine getting in trouble for stealing crackers.
Yeah, but they're,
The body
it's
of
the
Christ.
body of
I got
Wait.
suspended for stealing chocolate milk in high school.
What? Suspended?
Side note, yeah. Got
That's
suspended
kind of
for-
aggressive.
right. 10-cent chocolate milk.
Suspended?
You seem like
Got suspended
I
for-
feel
I
like
got
a lot
suspended
of
for like 5
you seem like a
days.
kid that got
I feel like
detention a lot.
I
I
feel
got
like
suspended a couple times.
I feel like you're missing a key part. Like he's like, I stole chocolate milk from a kid that was like disabled.
No, I
Like
stole-
that's the part of the story you forgot.
No, I would just get in. I was already like not
Have
doing
you,
great.
when you were a kid, statute of limitations. Have you ever stolen anything?
No, never.
What?
Yes.
Literally never.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Me and my
Come
dad
on,
used to
dog.
collect quarters growing up. None of them are there because I would steal them to buy cigarettes.
I used to steal football cards and sell them on
Yeah, but
eBay.
you were a scammer, fool. You were a scammer, fool.
No.
Do you know?
Never.
Do you know how funny this was?
Allegedly.
You
You
know how
never
funny
stolen
this-
anything when you were a kid?
No, never.
Yeah,
But you know what did happen? Sports Chili was going out of business
They
at
take it
the
to the
mall.
limit.
At the mall, and I was like, man, shit, man, like, dude, it was to a point where AC, another one of our friends, was working there. He would. It's obviously like $300, and he would just scan it for $2 for his friends. Like,
That's,
yeah,
I want to go on record. That's stealing.
Yeah,
That's stealing.
no, I didn't do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
though.
yeah.
But dude, Logan, allegedly, Logan was like, "You want this, bro?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I don't want to buy it though." He's like, "No, don't worry about it. I got it for you, bro." We like leave the store.
You're
He's
just a good
like,
friend, dude. You're just
dude,
a
we
good
leave the store. He's like, "Yo, I got it, dude."
I'm like, bro, they're going out of business. What are they gonna do? Look for you? They don't have any money to look for you, bro. Like they have no security.
I'm all about like
like-
steal from TJ Maxx. Like steal from like
Whoa.
go steal from those places. Hell
No,
yeah.
do not.
I'm a
Stealing
big-
is whack,
No,
dude.
no, no.
I'm a
Stealing's
big.
whack.
You know what I'm saying.
Dude,
David
no,
knows what I'm talking
no,
about.
we're so out on that, dude.
David knows what I'm talking
Like stealing from
If you
Ross
steal,
and
you'll go
TJ
to
Maxx,
jail.
like the places that are already like affordable. Like, come on now.
So,
I'm all about
Gucci, stuff like that,
Who
like
am I-
pretentious
who am I about-
brands.
Who am I about
concept
stealing from?
popped up into my brain just from
Give it to me.
a recent business experience that happened. Is someone was forging. I don't want to get too
At the
deep.
Habit?
I can't.
I mean,
no,
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 no.
no
Can't say
detail. Don't say
anything.
Don't say
Don't
anything. Don't say
anything.
anything. But no names. I just want to keep it somewhat rogue. Someone was forging fake checks to
Ooh.
our company,
A company.
and
Allegedly.
they were getting processed from the bank.
Can you say that again, like
Whoa.
clear though? Say it again, clear, because I didn't
Someone
understand.
was writing themselves fake checks
From like,
from us,
From A company.
oh
from our company that we never wrote, and the bank was processing them.
wow,
And then
That's just flat stealing.
no, that's
they're flat-
beyond
of course.
stealing.
But
Yeah,
so
that's organized
we
stealing.
we were, and then on the news,
that racketeering?
we went to it's fraud. We went to the obviously the police, and we're like the bank, and we're like, something's going on here. And then the next couple of days,
You mean
in
your
the
friend
news,
did all this?
Yeah, allegedly.
allegedly.
Your friend was going to
And
the,
we're looking
this-
on the news,
yeah.
and they busted a 30-person ring where they were doing this to a shitload of local businesses.
Whoa.
And there was a follow-up to this is I thought of how can I get involved in some fraudulent behavior?
What?
And
Wow,
it's
you
a
could-
concept.
What?
that-
Wait.
How
You
did
took
this
a
go to
sharp
this?
left.
No,
Yeah,
let him.
It's a
let him
sharp
finish.
left, but it's going to
Let him
come
finish.
together. It's a sharp left, but it's going to come together.
I'm listening.
Like you were saying, steal from TJ Maxx, steal from Target.
Yeah.
If
Don't.
you were to don't
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 steal
do
It's
it.
Where's
so
my-
whack.
where's my
You know,
camera?
so
You know
whack.
what we're trying
Where's
to
my
say.
camera?
Right here.
Where's this camera, dude?
It hasn't moved at all. It's right here.
So if you were going to do some fraudulent stuff for these big corporations, if you were to send fake invoices to their accounting departments
Yeah.
for a service that would be relatively difficult to track, say,
Give an example.
window cleaning would be tough because they can see dirty windows. If
Oh,
you
you're
did,
saying
like,
they're going to snap pay it?
Internet
Snap pay
protect.
it.
Wow.
for big corporations, their accounting departments snap pay invoices.
Interesting.
If you said, hey, there's a 6-month outdated pest control bug spray we did, and we need to get paid.
Wow.
I guess that was a good one.
Okay.
We get a
Question.
million invoices from our legit pest control people.
Yeah.
If they were like, oh, we did 2 services last
snap
month.
pay it, yeah.
How many businesses have a pest control? You have to. Health
Totally.
department, right? Like you have pest control. I'm sure everyone, like any business has pest control. Just say, are we starting a crime
Yes.
ring here, guys? Are we all, edit this out.
No.
Are we
we're
starting
not.
this?
Yo,
Like,
this is scary, dude.
Okay, wait. I have a couple things. How many invoices would you say that you pay weekly?
Dozens. Literally dozens. And if you're a big corporation like that, how many do you
Yeah.
think you're getting?
It's like the whole
Hundreds,
like when you get married, they say you should send
Billion, because people
invites
just,
to billionaires.
Yeah.
They'll just send you a gift.
you send it to their assistants, and then they
Yeah,
send you gifts or
totally.
cash or
Is this
whatever.
one of those
Yeah,
things that's
yeah.
like folklore? Like, do they actually?
For sure they do. Yeah,
I
yeah.
think it's like it's grifts. It's like little grifts in the.
You're
system.
playing a numbers
Common
game with
grifts.
all of it. If you sent an invoice to however every building on Ventura Boulevard, Just said, hey, we did a pest control service.
Yeah.
We're charging $250.
That might be too on the nose. Like if it's like Billy Bob's Pest, you're like, dude, when did we ever have Billy Bob's
they're
Pest?
gonna know. Yeah, small business. I would never want to.
You're not doing small business. I'm saying you just go to like big corp.
Bro, we're not scamming anyone.
Whatever.
We're not doing this. This is alleged.
Amazon.
I don't know why
You
my
wouldn't-
brain
you're not
went to
gonna
like
send
being a
invoice to
criminal
Amazon?
fraudulent, but I was like, if these people are doing this and it's like so easy to get processed, and this is some even more
Until
legit,
you get
like
caught.
until you get caught. But hey, we're a real pest control service.
If you end up in jail, what is it for?
Me?
Yeah.
Why would I say that?
No.
That's a scary answer. Though.
What are you, a
Tax
cop?
evasion.
Okay, like mine.
Tax evasion.
No, I'll start with mine.
No,
I'll start with
never.
mine. If I end up in jail, it's for sure like texting and driving and I kill somebody. That's what it would be.
I murdered
I
someone.
will go to jail for respecting the police too much.
This guy's a fucking idiot. Oh my
I lost control for a second and I like accidentally snapped somebody's jaw.
Were you inebriated? For
No.
sure, right?
No. I don't drink anymore.
I'm saying if I think in this environment you were drinking.
I don't think it has to be. We don't have to jump.
I don't-
right into
no,
that.
no, no,
I think I could do that without being drunk. I could
No,
get upset.
I'm giving you credit to not being able to do it like sober.
No, I could
I
definitely
think
do
you
it
have the
sober.
ability to control it, dude. You're not a psychopath. Jesus Christ. Oh, thank you, David. Yeah,
keep
no,
moving
I got you.
positions.
That's good.
No,
Thank
I
you,
don't
David.
know. I don't know. I think.
What do you-
Think about it. So the other day, I was robbed at the place that I work. Somebody stole. You guys have heard the story. Somebody stole out of my car, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So I walked outside. I see him with my stuff.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, and I immediately like go red. Like I was.
Your friend
already
goes
You
red.
basically like blackout. Almost.
Yeah, I black out, and then
And then your friend also blacked
I've
out.
just never exerted that much. I told you guys I've never exerted that much force on another person.
Yeah.
That it freaked me out. So I pledged nonviolence.
Did
or
it?
whatever.
Hold on.
You know what I mean?
Did it feel good a little bit? I feel like it would feel good.
No,
I
it
don't
freaked
think
me
so.
out.
I
It
think
freaked me out.
I think the stress afterwards.
It freaked me out. Yeah. So
It's like you
that's-
feel like a
that's what
bully.
I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was me getting robbed, and I still felt like I just dealt with it really incorrectly. That I feel like anyone can kind of get to that point where you just go a little too far, and then somebody you hit somebody, they accidentally fall, they crack their head open, they die.
That's what
you end up
happens,
in
yeah.
jail. Yeah, that's
That's why
I'm
it's
so
like,
afraid.
don't
of that.
fight in the street. Like if you're gonna hit someone, they fall and hit their head. Like
Dude, getting arrested, not fun. Super scary. I'm afraid of shit like that now.
I've been arrested actually.
Dude, I've been processed.
all of us?
That
yeah,
shit
you look
sucks.
like the biggest criminal.
Of all of us, I'm the one that got arrested.
No, I've been
I wasn't
arrested.
I was detained.
I
That's
got
the word.
taken to
I
the
was
Pasadena
detained.
court. I went to jail. I got taken to the Pasadena jail. I was
Yeah.
in there for like
No,
4
I was
hours.
detained. I was detained.
Where is the jail?
It's when you're driving
When
on,
did this happen?
I got a ticket
on the
for,
way to Oro. You don't remember that?
Like
Where's the
4
jail?
years ago?
Where is it? I don't even know.
For
where this
outstanding
is.
tickets and shit?
Yeah, so I had
That's a lame way to
I
go.
I had 2
Wait.
warrants out. They pull me over.
What?
I get arrested by a lady cop, handcuffed,
Lady
put in the
cop,
back of the
lady
car,
cop.
leave my car, drive me to jail, process me,
When she-
fingerprint
hold
me,
on,
take
let
photos,
me interrupt.
put me in the jail for 4 hours until I bail out.
when this lady
His
is
dad pulls up.
handcuffing you. A little part of you were you
Nope,
like,
I'm not into that.
No
I don't
fantasy?
I'm not into.
could you have outrun her?
Oh, outrun! I thought you meant was I into it like her like handcuffing me.
No, what the fuck?
That's what I thought too.
I don't like
That's
that.
what
I
thought
don't
too.
like
Little
that.
part. This
Yeah.
this cop, like, was she in shape? Was she a make?
Bro, to be honest, bro, if I could have just been like, "Bah," and like sprinted away. I would have been
And that
fine.
thought didn't even come into your brain.
It did not. No,
such a
dude,
bad thing to
it's-
run about.
It's
run
so
over.
scary when you're getting. Here's the thing. She
Bro,
asked me outside
you don't
the
need to tell
car.
me. I ran a stop sign and got a ticket once.
She has me standing outside the car,
$200 ticket.
and she's like looking stuff up, and then out of nowhere, I don't think I'm getting arrested. I think I'm just getting pulled over for a busted light or whatever.
She pulled her gun on you.
No, she's like, "Have you ever been arrested before?" And I'm like, You start panicking. I'm like, "No." And then she's like, "Well, you're being put under arrest." She grabs your hands behind your back, and then it's
What
it.
a lame way to go. Have you ever been arrested?
But it
You're
feels like
no.
you snap like you're like, "Oh shit, my freedom's gone." I forgot that that's a thing that I take for granted. You know what I mean? That was the first thing, and it's scary as shit.
And because then it just removes all of the structure that you've put into your.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They told me that I would have to stay in jail. It was a Saturday. Monday was a holiday. They told me I had to stay in jail until Tuesday when I could be put in front of a judge.
What was your bail? If you don't mind me asking.
27,000.
Holy shit.
Wow. So
Oh,
that's
that's 2,700.
Yeah, 27,000.
Okay,
You pay
that
10%.
Okay.
Bail, you only got to pay
10%.
10%. If you don't show up,
But they
then
keep
you're-
it regardless.
Then what
Yeah.
happens?
No, they ended up, because it was during COVID, they ended up dropping my charges because it was
This
so
was during COVID.
stupid.
Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, but it got expunged from my record. Great, but I still didn't get my 2,700 back.
Yeah, that.
That's not a
I
bad
know
gift.
it's a bail bond. Of course, I understand. It's annoying. You know, I didn't. Even, they dropped my case anyway.
Can
so
I
my
just
story,
I want to
Go,
just
go,
because it
go.
popped in my brain. Can I circle back to the initial kind of start to it all of
don't start with the
No,
the-
no,
The
no.
ditto.
not Ditto. you smoking weed, going to that house, and like the paranoia of smoking weed.
Uh-huh.
Are you someone that when you eat edible, like do you eat edibles ever? Like do you?
No, I just smoke.
How often do you get to a place where you're too high?
Not very often.
Was that too high, or what? Do you, like,
No, it was just the situation I was in. I didn't even smoke
Circumstantial.
that much. Yeah, so it was already after work. I smoked because I smoke when I get home from work. But then my dad calls me. He's like, you got to go do this. So I'm already thrown off guard. I got to go into my dad's house late at night by myself, which I don't go there often. I walk in, I got a bad vibe because I'm high. It's dark, and I'm somewhere where I'm not usually. So I'm looking through his house in the dark for keys. I find him, and then I have to drive all the way to this random house. I don't like driving when I'm high either, and it was raining. So like I'm driving slow, it's raining, it's nighttime, I don't know where I'm going.
He's in the Matrix.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. Yeah,
You were allegedly
shitty car.
high.
Yeah,
and
so
then you don't. It's I don't know. I feel like I'm just asking Christian a lot of questions about himself, but you don't like flying either.
No. Yeah, if this is what you're coming back to, I like being in control of my situations.
Yeah.
So like I like being on the ground. I don't like. I like driving
Can you
a
not,
lot.
like kind of reverse engineer your brain into thinking that you have to control the inability to have control?
No, I don't. I no, because it's an emotional thing, you know.
But if you can control not having control, like
That's
not obviously the process of not having control, but the mental aspect of I don't have control right now, but that's okay.
I'm a very intuitive person, so that with the process you're describing seems very distant. I'm usually like hyper emotional, so I'm feeling a lot of it. So I would have to turn all that off, and that would be really hard for me to do.
You said all of that super seriously, and then I just see the back of your head with the massive spider, and I just can't take any of it seriously.
I know.
But going back to what I was saying, when I was detained, I was driving. I was right outside my house. I got pulled over in my driveway, and
This story pisses me off.
the guy walks up to my. No, I opened my door because I didn't even
What
notice
car are you
him.
driving at the time?
The M6.
Was it gold or pink?
No, I think it was pink.
Yeah, let's just.
And it was
start
straight
with
piped.
that.
There
I
you
mean, yeah, you have.
Okay,
crazy
but
cars.
I don't drive
I'd
fast.
pull you
though,
over too.
But I drive slow. I don't drive fast. Anyone that
wouldn't pull
drives
you
with me, I'm not like a
You
speedster.
have a
anymore.
neon pink M6, like a gold i8. Like
Okay, so anyways, I'm driving up. This was a long time ago. I was like 18 or 19 at the time. I have the M6, not the M5. I drive into my driveway. I pull out of my car. I open the door, and the cop flashes his lights, and then he yells on the speaker, "Stay in the car!" And I'm like, "Oh my god, there's a cop behind me. I'm in my driveway." So I close the door, and he comes up to my window, and he doesn't say anything, and he's just.
is your window down?
Yeah, my window's always down. I drive at night because my windows are tinted.
It's nighttime.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, 11, 12 p.m. Like after work.
That's a sign to pull people over when they're driving with their window open at night.
Really?
Yeah, because drunk people do it because they want air. Drunk
Really?
people drive usually at night
Okay,
with their
well,
windows down. That's
I
why.
drive it because my windows are tinted, and at night it's more pronounced, and I just try to be respectful. Like, I'm not trying to get pulled over. So anyways, he comes up, and it's just like the cop's obviously like 100 miles an hour, really fast, like attitude. Think you can just fill that in the blank. He just he's like on edge, which makes you on edge. You know what I mean?
So how does it start? He comes up to the window.
So he comes up to the window. He's 100 miles an hour, and I'm just like, what's going? Like, I don't know what's happening, and I feel like he doesn't even know what's happening. And he eventually gets to the like, oh, I pulled you over because your windows are tinted. I'm like, sir, like my windows aren't like. How could you? My window's been down the whole time. He's like, no, I caught you back there. You were driving fast. I was like, I was turning left. How could I have been driving that? Like, I'm turning left from what you're describing. That doesn't make sense. And anytime you try to reason with like cops that are like at 100 miles an hour, they're more upset. So he instantly says, get out of the car. And I'm like, what's happening? Doesn't even let me open the door. Doesn't let me take off my seatbelt. Opens the door, rips me out of the car like you see out of these movies and shit, dude. And just snaps, put me in cuffs, and puts me in the back of his cruiser and starts searching my car without my consent.
Can we get a fucking APB out on this cop, by the way?
That's not right. I don't
What
think
was his
it's
name?
Cop?
What did his
Fuck
name
that
look
guy.
like?
That's
Just-
horrible, man.
Just like
Take a guess. What is his
traditional
name
white
look
guy.
Bro, you know what's crazy? You're
Look
supposed
like a
You're
Bryce.
supposed to trust these people.
Yeah, it's a little whack.
That's horrible, man.
I'm pretty pro
a very
a lot of
misuse of
stuff,
power.
but that was kind of whack. That was pretty whack, dude.
Extremely whack, dude.
So anyways, he looks through my car, and you know what he does? I have
Finds bowling balls, and he's like, "Oh, this kid's a fucking dork."
no. He finds a Grey Goose bottle, and he's like, no,
empty or sealed?
It's opened.
Oh,
okay,
what?
check this
Fucked
out.
up.
Check this out. He comes to my car. He's like, so what's with the knife in the passenger seat? I was like, I don't know. I just opened boxes. Like, what do you mean? And at the time, actually, I bought the car, and I didn't even know there was a pocket knife in it. But it's a small knife.
You could have a
whatever.
knife in your car.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
He's asking me about it, and he's like, and you know that it's illegal to have an open container. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, there's a. It was, you know what it was? It wasn't even Grey Goose. It looks like Grey Goose.
Smirnoff Ice?
No.
Oh, Belvedere.
Belvedere. And I was like, what?
Why do you have an open bottle of
It was
vodka?
Let me
piggy
finish.
You don't even drink.
It was a fucking piggy bank. There's money in it. You could clearly see there's money in it. And he's saying that that's a problem. It's illegal. I'm like, officer, that's my tips. I work at a restaurant. Like, that's how I hold my money. He's like, that's still illegal. I'm like,
You gotta be.
and you're in the back of a thing. You're handcuffed, and I'm trying to reason with this ass. So I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Your parents
And
didn't come out at all?
my mom's dead asleep. You know, she works the graveyard shift, so she's dead asleep. And I'm now maybe I didn't handle it perfectly. Let me say for the record, I think I was close to being like, I'm never an asshole really, but I was like, can I get my mom? She's inside. Can I call my mom? Can I bring her out? He's like, no. And it was just a really whack experience for me, to be honest.
That's so dumb. He knows he's never arresting you there too because you're underage. Like, that's so.
It was really weird, dude. It was super weird. It was really uncomfortable.
Well, you had a bad experience with a police officer? Whoa.
It was just
Aiden's like,
Shit on this guy's story, dude.
you know what the best part is?
It was more
like
so like
cops
everyone
love
had.
me.
You know what the best
No,
part
it's
is?
more like
You know-
everyone has bad
you know what the
experiences.
best-
Cops suck,
wait,
dude.
have you ever had a bad experience with a cop?
No,
Yeah,
because
cops
he's
suck,
fucking
dog.
white.
all the
What was
time.
What was your bad
They-
experience with a cop?
I mean, I've had, for the most part, I'm pretty against, just obviously police are pretty.
Anti-establishment.
Yeah, dog.
Anarchy, dude. You just went to the We Were Young festival. I
Shut
got
up.
it, dude. I put it all
It's not
together.
a phase, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
This guy's watching Paramore.
So I was in, I don't know, it's probably
RAR XD.
sophomore or junior in high school, and we have like right across the street from campus there's a Jack in the Box, and like everyone would go to Jack in the Box, you get food, you hang out at lunch, and you come back. And then on my way back, for like walking back after lunch, kind of walking back over to campus, the cops pull up and they're like, hey, you're coming with us. I'm like, I just had my fucking Oreo shake and some fries, like, what's going on?
Excuse me.
Yeah, what's going on here, my friend? So they didn't take me to the car. They take me to the principal's office, and they're like, we know you stole their phone. I'm like,
What?
I have like no idea what's going on at all. Wow. And they're like, we have video of you stealing the phone, and we have fingerprints of yours on the phone. I'm like,
wow.
And at first I went, if you have the phone, then how did I steal it?
yeah.
A bunch of geniuses working over there.
Literally, and there's two of them. Like, I
You got
literally
Dumb
got
and
sat
Dumber.
down into an office. And I have
You got Officer Dumb and Dumber.
I have
like-
two cops like fucking yelling.
On the scene?
I'm like a 15-year-old like kid getting yelled at by two cops. I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I didn't steal a fucking phone. Like, why? And they're like, we know you did. I'm like, I don't think I stole a phone.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you don't think you did? I'm like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, this is so out of the left field. And ever since then, I've been like, it's just.
That's terrible. What did it?
But you didn't steal
I'm
the phone.
picturing
You obviously didn't
I
steal
was
the
so
phone.
like out of. I think they were like just fishing. I mean,
They're
yeah,
like, oh, thanks for that. We'll be in touch. Like some
they were-
stupid.
no, they were like, yeah, we'll
it's
be in
so
touch. And I'm
dumb.
like, go to class. I'm like, what do you mean go to class?
That's
bro?
so stupid. You're like,
I'm
done.
ditching
I
anyways.
already-
Yeah,
like, I already
I'm like,
left.
yeah, I left and I'm walking back. Like, what's going on? I practiced in an hour. Like, I was so like thrown off by the whole situation to be like, so they were like, we know you stole the phone. You have a video of you stealing the phone. We have your fingerprints. I'm like, how do you have my fingerprints if I stole the phone? And I said the dick. I was like, they were like, we know you stole a phone. I was like, what kind of phone is it? Like an iPhone 4. I was like, I have an iPhone 6. Why would I steal an iPhone 4?
Dude, got him.
It literally got him, dog. That's the only
You're
like,
like, huh, one of those for the poorest.
literally, I
I
was like,
have the newest iPhone.
I was
don't
literally
need
like,
that.
why would I steal an iPhone 4? And then the other experience when I got pulled over at a stop sign, I was like, I don't even think I rolled through a stop sign. And he was like, did you see me back there? And I was like, why would
Like, no.
If I
was
saw you, why
driving.
would I? If I saw you, why would I roll through a stop sign? And I don't even remember like rolling through it. I'll take my ticket.
Yeah. Sometimes you gotta eat.
Yeah,
it,
but
yeah.
I mean, my
Yeah,
experience as a whole have been pretty mild. But yeah, I'm pretty,
Cop let me go in high
most
school
cops
for
are
telling
good.
the truth.
Huh?
I was with my girlfriend
What
in
did
high
you
school.
start saying?
Let me go because I was telling the truth. We would like ditch school to go smoke cigarettes. So there's an alley right across the street from my school.
What does "let me go"? I was telling the truth.
I'll
mean?
tell you right now. It'll make sense.
Okay.
They let him
We were
go.
like smoking cigarettes in an alley, right? And like this cop slowly rolls up. I don't know how we don't see him, but basically suddenly he's right in front of us, and we're like 16 ditching school across the street.
Out of
from
his
school.
car in front of you? Or?
No, he pulls up in front of the car, parks it in front of us, gets out. His name's I don't want to say his name. He's nice guy, reasonable guy.
Okay.
He asks us. He's like, if you guys, first thing he says, if you guys tell me the truth, I'll be easy on you, whatever. So
Is it illegal to smoke cigarettes when you're a kid?
Yeah. So my girlfriend.
What kind of question
Yeah.
was that?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even
but-
David, the producer's like, what the fuck kind of question is
But
that?
it's not like it's
Like,
only
bro, I've been
illegal
buying my
because
little
you're a
brother
minor.
cigarettes the past 3
This
years.
is in India, bro.
Like they're not gonna take you to jail for it, but
Yeah,
like
what-
they're
yeah.
gonna they can press you for it because
Yeah,
you're a
they'll
minor.
call your
You know
parents
what I
and
mean?
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably worse
So,
than taking
contact-
He
your
walks
school.
up to us and he says that, and then he just asks, he's like, "Were you guys smoking right now?" And I say yes, and my girlfriend panics and says no, and then he is like, "Okay, you're free to go. You're staying with me," to my girlfriend, and then I don't remember what happens after that, but I believe we were like, I was like, "Dude, come on, whatever." I don't know if she got in trouble or not. I don't remember. I think we ended up going back to school, but he let me go just
Damn.
nothing.
You don't.
And I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a cool way to deal with a minor. You know what I mean?
You don't remember?
I don't remember what happened after that. I remember it so well just because he let me go. You know, that's like my relief point. You know.
You're smoking that good. It was so good.
No, I was smoking
It was so good.
cigarettes.
You don't
Yeah, I
remember?
was smoking nicotine. I was.
He was rolling his own tobacco.
You know what?
Jeez.
I have
No,
one
not
more
nice.
kind of it's like anticlimactic, but it's like the suspense makes it worth it.
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, you'll know. Let me, it's a quick
Anticlimactic high
one. So
suspense.
Like
used,
edging?
used to be like a mega stoner, right? So I don't know. This is probably
You used to be?
Still a
Yeah, like, so
milestone.
this was like last Thursday.
no.
Really?
So I was old enough to be driving, but not old enough to have
When did you get your license?
16.
16, bro.
16.
Wow,
Like
I
every
got it,
true
I got it at
American.
19. Just to let everybody know.
Yeah.
So
So
I
I
was
was
driving dirty.
Yeah,
say I was like
We know you have a
17,
trouble pass.
17, 18, 19 in that range, right? So like young, but like, so I'm driving and I have a car full of people and I have a bong and we're all passing a joint. I used to drive around with a bong.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. This is maybe it didn't happen. So I have a car full of people, red Prius at the time.
Cool.
So car full of people, red Prius. We have a bong. We're passing a
Opposite
joint
of
around.
cool.
It's maybe 1 a.m. and we're parked at like a local park. And
Parked at a park.
we're hotboxing the Prius. Like windows are up.
Wow.
Like it's
Hotboxing always a bad idea, by the way.
bad idea. And we're the only car in the parking lot.
Yeah, horrible idea.
So we're parked. Like we've been there for a long time. Like the car is fucking filled with smoke, and we're just hanging out, and out of nowhere, the cop lights come on behind us, and we're in a parking lot. Like
Where are you going to go?
exactly, we're parked. He's literally right behind us. We're in a parking spot. There's no other cars around. We're in front of like some swing sets and shit, and we're hotboxing. Instantly, your heart drops. You're like, oh fuck, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Car full of people, all smoking weed. A fucking bong is at my feet. The car is filled with smoke. Yeah. If I crack a window, this thing's just going crazy.
This thing's just going
Going
crazy.
nuclear.
Cop lights come on behind us. Like literally,
Yeah, you're fucked. Your heart drops. You're
he
fucked.
drove around the parking lot, came up behind us and turned his lights on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, here we go. So I turned the car off and he drove away.
Wow, that's your one time. Dude. When you drink and drive, not to say that any of us have ever drank and drive,
I've never done
bro.
that.
That's a one time.
Yeah.
You can never do that again. That's your one time. You got.
I mean, I have a house now. I don't need to smoke.
I got pulled over
Don't
drunk
gotta
driving
smoke in
once.
parking lots anymore.
Allegedly?
Allegedly, I got pulled over driving
You
somebody
should
else's
never.
car.
Also, I'm very low on that, bro. This shit's whack as fuck.
horrible thing to do.
Learn from your mistakes.
Drinking
That
and
shit's
driving.
whack.
This
Yeah,
is
it's stupid.
learning from my this. I never did it again. Okay, I was drunk driving.
Allegedly.
I was allegedly drunk driving.
He's like, no, I already got a ticket for it. So
Some girl's car didn't have a license. Was drunk. She was drunk. Get pulled over, speeding on the freeway on the 101 going back to my house when I lived in Hollywood. Cop pulls us over. I'm pulling off the freeway and I'm like, wow, this is it. I'm going to jail. Like I was just
Allegedly.
sure. I was like, I'm going to jail today. Done. Because I was drunk.
What kind of car?
It was a Honda. It was a Civic.
Not a
You'll be able to
Prius.
Figure out who it is by that.
I think
Not a
being in the
It was a
Prius
Civic.
helped me. Being in the Prius helped.
Oh my God.
Comes up to my window, and he's like, hey, whatever. Ask me a question. I'm like, oh, it's cool, whatever. I was like, I'm a bartender. I'm just getting her home. That's like what that was my line. And he like looks at me,
like,
and
that's
looks at her
weird.
and like takes a beat, and he's like, all right, get home safe, and lets me go. And I was like, holy shit, that was my one time. I can never do this again. Dude, I've never
Wow.
felt more like, even when I got arrested, this was like worse. I was like, holy shit, like I'm gonna get charged.
Did you start fist pumping? Because I did.
I was so much relief.
bro, he just chugged the rest
You
of the
just like
bottle.
snap sober right after that experience.
Yeah,
right?
100% snap sober. Yeah. You're ready to go.
Have you seen like the Mythbusters where they like get drunk and then they like slap each other, drink coffee, and it's proven that you
No,
can
but
lose
that's
that?
such a good
it's
idea.
a real thing.
That's
No,
great.
there's a
Can we pull that up?
Mythbusters.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's crazy. They do a Mythbusters, and hopefully I'm saying this correctly, but they do tests where they do get inebriated.
Yeah.
They blow the over the legal limit or whatever, and then they quickly jump in an ice bath. They do like different things. Jump in the ice bath, get slapped as hard as possible.
Like
in the
different
face.
common.
Just
Just
take a
adrenaline and
correct.
epinephrine is
and
taking
these things
over.
worked. Like you actually
Wow.
even blow under the thing. It's crazy.
Yeah,
that is very cool.
adrenaline insta sober.
What do you think that is? Adrenaline makes
It's
your
it's
heart rate
adrenaline.
faster. It clears up your blood.
It's just
flow.
adrenaline.
Interesting. Yeah, what does make it?
Maybe
just-
it dilutes it more.
Yeah, but you're
more
saying
blood's
just
pumping.
adrenaline. Like what part of it? What
Yeah,
what
you're
is
just
just
saying
what does that
adrenaline.
even mean?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm
do
not
you-
a
I don't know why
doctor, not
it's
financial advice.
That's what we're asking. Like we're curious. Like
like this
even make some shit
chemical
up.
breakdown of what happens to.
You're saying it like you know what the chemical breakdown is.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying.
that's what. Yeah, I agree.
I'm
With that.
saying adrenaline. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I
That
just
makes
know that when you take a epinephrine, you get a fucking shot.
You're back.
You're back, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is that thing where if like you OD and
Narcan.
like what is it called?
Narcan.
So what does it do?
Quick.
Huh?
What does it do? How does it work?
I don't know. But I,
I think
know.
if I'm not mistaken, it's just adrenaline. When you OD, you're getting shot with adrenaline.
Is that what it is? You
Yeah.
get shot by it?
No, Narcan, they put it under your nose.
Oh,
Yeah, it like snap makes you not OD or like un-OD or
Is it
what?
Yeah.
like like sniffing salts like that?
Yeah.
Oh, so I think sniffing salts are ammonia. I think, like when you to work out, I think
like
it's
pneumonia? Like you're
No,
getting pneumonia?
ammonia.
What is ammonia?
It's
It on the periodic table?
It's
Is
it's a
that-
chemical. I don't think it's a pure. I think it's a substance that's multiple chemicals. I don't know. I don't know. But ammonia is like the smell of cat urine.
Oh!
So it's like
You
I
have a
think
cat.
I don't know what it is.
My
If
sister has a
somebody
cat.
can inform us in the comments what sniffing salts, how that actually works, that would be great. But when you OD, I mean, this is purely research done from watching Pulp Fiction.
That's
The
good.
shot in the heart, adrenaline.
They filmed that backwards.
Got to be.
They filmed it
Really?
in reverse. Yeah.
That's got to make that makes a lot of sense.
What?
Yeah,
Why?
how
I don't
you
get
do
it. Why?
She's like this, and then it's in there.
He goes from like a huge overhead stab into the heart, but he filmed it in reverse, so where he pulled
Oh,
it out.
so
in reverse.
because they're also like breaking
That's
their
cool.
ribs.
Exactly.
But it's also cool. No, but it's also cool because it just gives it the scene a little bit of edge when in like a real edgy
yeah.
scene. You know what I'm saying? I can come at it
I
different.
want to talk about
Jeffrey
the biggest,
Dahmer.
No, I want to talk about the biggest loss. I want to end with yours because your story is really interesting. I think like the whole thing.
What?
The biggest loss, biggest win and biggest loss.
What's my biggest? Oh,
Just like that whole Morongo story is really good.
yeah,
So,
that
but
sucks.
biggest loss
Biggest loss, like what is it?
in one day. Your biggest one day loss. It doesn't have to be poker. Just in general.
Mine's not. It's not going to be as
Do I remember that?
crazy as yours because I don't play poker like that.
I'm saying
so
just anything.
so
And
like
what was it on?
DFS, it'll be like a grand. Something
Was
like
it
that.
DFS or do you remember putting like a bunch of money on Connor or something?
The most you've lost in a day is
Oh.
a grand? No shot.
No, yeah, it was Connor.
How much did you lose?
Like $2,000. Like I don't bet crazy.
He's like my other
That's
house.
so crazy. When I think about
I
you, I'm
think
like,
you're
this is
doing the math
craziest bet
wrong.
right now.
I just bet a lot.
You're probably
I
doing
just
the math
bet
wrong.
often. Like I just bet super. Like
super often it doesn't
He's
feel
like,
like
I
one
just
time.
lose
It's all
a grand
one-
every day.
it's
The thing
one
is, like,
wave.
he's
Yeah.
like, I lost $2,000 on this one prop, and then I lost $3,000 on DFS, and then I lost
exactly.
$1,000 on
That's
this
what I-
flyer.
No, he'll
That's
always
Logan.
he'll always count like his potential winnings as a
oh,
loss.
like if we're counting that, we're talking about worst bad beats. I got a good. Story.
no, he'll be like, oh,
I have a Delaney Walker.
I just lost
story.
$4,000. I'm like, no,
Delaney
you're
Walker.
$20
Like
prop.
Delaney-
just
$4,000 in
didn't
equity.
Delaney Walker
Yeah,
cost
yeah,
me $50K. It was the worst. So I'll throw that story out
stuff
there.
like that.
Bro, Logan
Biggest
Logan
win?
bets with his fucking
Biggest
nuts,
win's the
dude. Shout out
25K
Logan
when I
one
took
time.
down the GPP.
Is that, did I not call you
At
right after
Aro?
I was at Aro?
No, that was not that night.
No, I was at Aro, and I called
I've
him.
won. Hey, I've won it a couple of times. So.
Dude, shout out you, dude. Let's
So it was the Chris Weidman Dominic Reyes card from a few years back.
Dominic Ray. I haven't heard that name in a long
And
time.
it was on DraftKings. And this was the last tournament before the main GPP prize pool went from 25K to 100K every week.
Oh, my God. That's
Yeah.
a bad beat in
That's
itself.
a bad beat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a.
So-
you are you.
And I solo shipped it by like 30 points.
Wow.
Wow.
So I won 25K that
And
night.
you were like 19.
yeah, that was cool.
How long have you been into the UFC? Why are you so sharp at UFC?
So
Why do you know?
I've watched
everything?
every fight since I was a kid, and I just know every fighter, every
so
strength.
weird.
He never
weakness.
played football. Like,
You
he
know
never played real
everything about the
sport.
UFC.
Yeah, like all fighters. It's
Yeah, I don't. I can name a fighter and you'd be like,
I know every fighter. I know their strengths and weaknesses.
You're like, bro, have you seen Billy Bob Billy?
But
He's
it's
like,
like-
yeah, dude, he's
Kiran,
5-3 in the UFC.
Yeah.
But it's like literally that's just
Suffered
what
3
I do.
submissions.
That's
That's
just,
just crazy, man. Yeah.
just
Your
what I
biggest
do.
loss, Logan.
Bro, Logan puts his nuts on the table every day.
Biggest loss.
Logan's like, I lost like $6,000 last night playing blackjack.
Bro, watching Logan bet the Niners. What did you bet? The Niners
Oh,
and
yeah.
Joe Burrow
The
in a parlay. That was the
Bengals.
sickest thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen, dude.
Oh, give it to me.
Yeah.
Come on.
I
Biggest
I
loss.
don't know, probably like $7,000 in a day. Just like,
Oh.
well, I lost like I was up stuck You know, like I had just won like 10 grand, and then I lost 7 grand in one day. Then that's the most I ever lost in one day. It was all on UFC too, and they were all Aiden's picks. But I ride with Aiden. So
but there was a couple of
Aiden
steals
has
in there,
made
if
me
I
money.
remember. There was like a really bad judge.
No,
score.
yeah, no. This was the week we were getting robbed.
Oh my god, yeah, we got hard robbed. We had an 8-1 ticket on Jacob Malkoon. He was a huge dog, and we took him by decision. He landed 10 or 11 takedowns, like something crazy.
He got robbed.
Like a lock. Like he's
Like
locked.
literally, he
Yeah.
was a huge dog. I'm
No,
like,
he
this
was
guy
a
should.
dog, but he won the fight.
He shouldn't be
Clearly.
a dog. I'm like, oh, this guy's a smash spot. We got to go in.
No, he's supposed to win and didn't win.
No, he was a huge dog. We have him by decision at 8-1.
But he clearly won
He
the
landed
fight.
10 takedowns.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
outstruck the guy.
Yeah.
He had 11 minutes of control time in a 15-minute fight.
That's what I'm saying. He won the fight. Like,
Yeah.
but he didn't. He didn't.
But he lost the fight.
Yeah.
And that one had it was a big.
That's
that
how I
was
felt.
annoying.
Do you remember the karate hottie when she fought that one girl? I was in
Wiseman?
Vegas, and I made a parlay on it.
Michelle
and I hit
Watterson?
everything else.
Oh man, I was way off.
Who did she fight?
Yeah.
Recent or a long time ago?
Like 2 years
That was
ago.
probably her last.
Oh,
fight.
you know what it
She
is?
hasn't fought for
It was
her.
when Clippers were playing Golden State. Took 2 games from Golden State when KD was still in Golden State. So this was like 4 years ago.
Did she win the fight or did
She
lose it?
lost. But no, Karate Hottie won, but she lost. But she won the fight. It went to decision. It was 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I don't remember that fight, but I bet
biggest
on the other
win,
girl.
Logan. Being a single ticket
Oh,
win.
7K was the biggest loss? Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Yeah, you're upset. Yeah.
Single ticket win?
Not single
Well,
ticket. I
that's
guess single day
7K,
win.
7
They win.
day,
Yeah,
probably like 10K, just like in
Nice.
one day.
and that's from sports betting.
Yeah, sports betting.
Why did you get into sports betting, by the way? What the fuck is going on?
I've been sports
Because
betting since I was 16, dog.
Yeah, I've been sports betting.
No, I'm saying
since
legit.
I
Like
was
you're
younger.
sports betting, like $50 and
We got-
doing 5-1
yeah, money.
parlays
Yeah, money.
versus now you're like your unit is like $500, $1,000. Like,
Well, yeah,
what's going on?
because I was running
Board ape utility, baby.
Really,
also got money. You have money.
I was running really hot,
Oh, my bad.
and then you don't run hot for so long.
Yeah.
I was on a freaking tear, bro. I was like winning a bunch of money, and then I
Candace.
donated it all back. Basically,
Do we not allow biggest losses to count for a bet that like
No,
Should-
No, because it's not a loss.
It's not a
you
loss.
didn't
It's
lose.
not a
anything.
loss. You're not losing.
it's a pretty good story? Can I tell it real quick?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Tell
All
the
right,
story.
so it's the Delaney Walker story from I don't know 10 years ago.
Who was Delaney Walker?
A tight end on the Titans.
Delaney Walker was a tight end on the Titans. I had a 6-leg touchdown parlay.
I remember this.
All 5 legs have hit, and all I need left is Delaney Walker to score a touchdown, and I win $50,000. And the game at the time was the Titans versus the Dolphins. The Dolphins were awful against tight ends, and he was smashing. There was such bad rain in Miami and lightning, they postponed or delayed the game for like 6-7 hours. So that was the morning game. The afternoon games have already played. They're getting ready for Sunday Night Football, and they start the game again with the entire second half to go. Delaney Walker, all he needs to get is 1 touchdown anytime for the entire game.
You
It's
didn't
raining
hedge.
so bad. I didn't hedge. How do you hedge against someone scoring a touchdown?
Can you put like not to score like a
Not in the middle of the game.
Wow, you can't edge. Yeah.
So I'm sweating, and Delaney Walker is crushing it. He has like 6 catches, like 50 yards, which for a tight end is great. 6 catches, 50 yards at halftime. I'm like, okay, so we're looking okay, like we're live. The Titans get into the red zone. Deion Lewis snakes a touchdown. Okay, we still have an entire half to go. The Dolphins get a drive. They pan out. They punt the ball. The Titans, Derrick Henry gets a little bit of a rush. They get about midfield. I think it was Tannehill at the time, throws a pass to Delaney Walker. He's ripping a run towards the end zone. Like breakaway run, going to score a touchdown. Trips, breaks his ankle.
Oh, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, literally breaks his ankle that play. I lose $50,000 in theory. You know, like
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah,
so,
yeah.
like that would
In
be the
equity.
biggest loss where I'm watching it. Like I'm like, he's running to the fucking end zone. Like here we go. Like they're making a drive. Like this is going to be it. Like he was the only guy on their team. Like it was like Derrick Henry was still there, but he wasn't quite who he is now. Like they still were doing a
Yeah,
timeshare
he had a
thing.
bad first year.
First couple of years, like they were time sharing him with Deion Lewis. Like who the
Well,
fuck?
he ended his first
Yeah.
year on a
Yeah.
massacre. Yeah, but you're
So-
right. Yeah.
And Delaney Walker's like one of their. If they get in the red zone, it's a great shot. Delaney Walker gets a target.
And like 5 minutes
bad
later, 5 minutes after this guy's in an air cast on the back of the thing going like one of these.
Yeah, literally, he's throwing up deuce.
That's that photo I feel like
No.
I've seen that.
And you know
but-
what's
No, I'm saying they just do that. Like
Yeah.
that's always.
and
the
you
thing.
know
Yeah,
what's
I got
the
it.
sickest part? I was like, maybe he can come back in.
Yeah, you're like, get him back in.
I was like, maybe it's just a high ankle
Like,
sprain.
it's like tearing.
His
your-
foot's like this.
It's like clay. It's like Kobe.
So like for me,
Bryant.
like I equate that as like my biggest loss, but it's not like
Yeah.
a real loss because it's not like I do stupid fucking
It
prop
was
parlays
just
like that all the
wins that
time.
weren't
Yeah,
unrealized.
that's fair.
Yeah. Or I have a 12 leg UFC parlay. I need one last guy to hit, and you lose. Like that shit
You,
happens
could,
often.
you always hedge
Well,
for
12
that
leg.
one.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's easier to hedge. But for an anytime touchdown, it was like 6 legs or something. Like it was ridiculous. Like 50 to win 50,000. Like
My biggest loss is
Yeah.
really big.
yeah, I know yours. Is, I knew you saved yours for last because yours is gonna be crazy.
No,
dog.
no, I like his story the
No,
most.
I don't. No.
My biggest
your
loss
story?
is massive.
Did you already tell it?
No, I know the
From when
story,
I was
but I think it's
younger,
really
yeah.
interesting. My biggest loss is a lot. I'm always embarrassed to share it. It's 22,000.
In one session?
That's
Where?
not,
Session.
that's
Where?
not as much as I thought you were gonna say.
It was at the bike.
Wow.
It was in a private game. It was awful.
Oh, it's recent,
This was a while ago.
but like within the past year.
Yes-ish, yeah.
It's gotta be.
Maybe I think even before, but I don't know. It was a lot.
Wow.
I remember I talk
Suck,
about this a
dude.
lot, dude. I like get out of I finish the session and like get in the car and I just like I sit there and have like a one-to-one with like the higher powers, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, bro, like
You can
really? I
call it
ran
Aidan.
so
That's fine.
bad. Like what the fuck happened?
22K hurt.
It's one thing when I
Was
play
it a
awful.
specific hand that you lost like most of it, or was it just a
Two
bad
big
session?
hands. Two big hands.
Bad beats, or were
I'll
you
actually share the hands because this is some poker people, so they want to know.
sure?
Because
You made it
I
this
never.
far.
I don't think I've
You
logged
remember the
this,
hands
so-
to a T, obviously, right? Of course.
Not really, but I never think about them. But then you asked and I remembered.
Hit me with
Okay, so this not very
Nines for 50 bigs.
a player a player that's not too great at the game at the time. He raises to like 150.
Classic
I have
race.
Jack 8 of clubs on the buttons.
Smash.
We're like we're 5-handed. I 3-bet. I'm super aggressive. He just calls.
Okay.
Okay,
Weak.
there's like 1,000. Yeah, I agree. 1,000, 1,100 in the middle. The flop comes Jack brick like Jack 5 deuce.
Love that.
Great flop, and I flop a backdoor flush draw. It's a rainbow board. He checks. I see bet and he just raises, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's sneaky. He's sitting on something big.
Or he's just a donkey. Okay, so whatever. I make the call. I'm never folding. Turn comes like a 3 of clubs.
Ooh.
So I have top
we
pair.
got flush
I have top pair
equity.
and flush equity.
You check?
And no,
Or what does he do?
he just like open rips.
Oh,
I'm like-
shit.
Something like it's something ridiculous, right?
Lead out open rips.
Something ridiculous.
Wow.
For how
And
much?
a lot. This is a $25,000 pot.
Oh, this is the big daddy.
One of the two, so it's like
Yeah.
12K.
All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you obviously call.
I call
And you don't
and
get
he's
a
like,
club.
and he's, you know what he says? And
Aces.
no, he said shit. I'm like, oh my god, let's
You
go.
hit the flush.
No. He
No,
says
both of you guys are gonna hit the flush.
no. He says shit.
Oh,
And I'm like, what happened? Well, I don't say that, but I'm like in my head. I'm like, oh my god, I'm ahead. So he's like, hey man, can we run it twice? And I'm like, sure. Like, why not? Okay. We run it twice. First board, it's like king of clubs. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Second board, another club. I'm like, I got it, dude. I flip my hand over. He's like, I have the nuts. I'm like, what do you mean you have the nuts? He has ace, king of clubs. Yeah. It comes twice. Runner, twice, technically. It's so sick. So I'm like throwing
That's
up
a
in my
bad
mouth,
beat.
but I'm in a good game. If people are just flat calling out of position with ace, king, like, all right, we're in a good game. And then he just, what is he doing raising that board? Jack, like 6 deuce. Okay, I guess.
The only thing you do at that point is open jam on the turn.
Just really odd. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I don't try to reason. And then, yeah, just like I'd like later on, I raised a hand, get like 3 calls.
You stayed in the game?
Yeah,
Bro, what a hero.
That's
the
a
game
good,
is
that's a
great.
good
The game is great.
Yeah.
But are you in like a mental space to be able to?
I did. I took a deep breath and I was like, dude, I
Do you
lost.
do you tilt?
I honestly almost only tilt in really small games. Like in big games, because I'm playing so much tighter, total transparency, I'm trying to make money in the big games. In the small games, I'm trying to make an entertaining vlog.
I Uber tilt all forms of gambling all the
But,
time.
so anyways, next pot. This one's crazy. Kind of. Not really. It's just whatever. I raise, get like 2 or 3 callers. I have king jack, and the flop's like king jack 9, a flop top 2 pair. And it's like a rainbow board.
Love that.
I see bet. The big blind just flat calls. Okay. Turn is like the deuce or something.
Okay.
He checks. I bet, and he just jams. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is happening? Yeah, and I'm like, well, I call. And he has to run it twice. I say yes. I don't remember the rivers on this one. And he just flips over the nuts. He was like, queen 10. I'm like.
But did he have it the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
He flopped it.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh.
What about biggest winning?
Two pair is always hard. I feel like you're 50-50 shit on two.
I think my biggest one's like 30K or something.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How do you not remember?
You won 17 on the live stream where you wore the
I think it was
black
like
jacket.
That was
You won
sick.
20
That
something.
session
20
was
something.
sick.
Yeah.
That's it. That
Yeah,
session was
that
sick,
was
bro.
tight.
You won every single hand.
Yeah,
that
you
session.
Yeah.
That
shit
was
on that
crazy.
table.
You were
Yeah.
wearing glasses.
I ran so good though,
You
man.
just took that fucking hog out. And
Yeah,
just
but I
laid it
won
on
like
the table.
yeah, I think my
Yeah,
biggest one's
sick.
like 20 something.
That's tight.
Nice time.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys really won a lot. Do NFTs count?
No.
Because we're not a day.
What's
I
what's
guess
the
that's your-
Pachanga story?
I don't know. No, it's Morongo. It's when I was a kid.
What
I
happened?
don't remember it very well. I made a lot of money. I won a bunch of money. It was 3,800. I
Playing
remember.
poker though.
Yes.
Predominantly.
Oh, I had built a bankroll playing poker.
Here,
Playing home games.
Just playing.
because you're underage.
And
Allegedly.
playing at Morongo too. Playing at Morongo.
no,
Playing
you're
home games.
we're playing home games where there's no rake under the age,
Oh, yeah,
and he's
yeah,
building
yeah,
a bankroll from going in these underground games, like
Right.
little.
Allegedly.
Me and BJ used to play like all the Pasadena games. We'd jump from all the games, whatever. Their
Gotcha.
tournaments, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have
One week I
3,800.
took down
Just
all
single
three
out
of
a
the
whole
tournaments
neighborhood.
in 1 week.
Like the biggest tournaments, which were all like 800 plus prize pool.
Yeah, so I had built a bankroll. It was like 3,800. Me, BJ, and my old manager at the time, his name's Mike. I'm like, dude, fuck it, I'm rich. Like, I'm so good at
I got
poker. Like, I'm
3,800, I'm
already
the
a
best.
professional. I'm the best. Like,
Love that
like I'm
energy.
beating this game.
Let's
you know
go.
What I mean?
There's a
I'm
glitch
like,
in the Matrix.
I'm like, let's go to Morongo. I'm gonna get us a place in Palm Springs at the Ace. I got it. Don't even worry about
What?
it. Use some of the bankroll. Drop
Penthouse
it.
for the
No,
penthouse.
no, it wasn't a penthouse, but I got us a nice room at the Ace in Palm Springs. I was
Love
like, fuck
that.
it, dude. We got it. Dude, we go to Morongo. I lose. We start playing poker, and I'm just running bad. Just like thinking back on it now, it's like regular variance. Like I lose like $400, like maybe 600, like two buy-ins into the 1-3 game at the time, and I was max buying whatever. I get up. I'm like, man, fuck that. Like poker, you know, I own poker. I'll just come back to it. And I go sit at a blackjack table at Morongo, and I lose the rest. Like quickly, I lose the rest. Like I put money down at the hotel, and like I had like I don't know like a little.
Are they
over
with you at the
2,000
time?
left. Yeah, they're BJ and Mike are playing poker. I've gotten up from the table at the time and just like went to play blackjack. I believe is how it happened. But I lost the rest that night playing blackjack at Morongo. And that was the first time I had built a bankroll and burned a bankroll. And it all happened like that first night that I was like, it's as soon as you get cocky.
I love that energy,
It was
though.
the first time I built a bankroll.
You
So
gotta
I'm
let
like
it ride
18,
sometime, you know?
And I'm like, dude, I'm so like talented and smart. And I'm listening to this new Drake album that came out, and I'm just like on cloud 9. And I've never been humbled like harder. It's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my poker story. It was old. That was like so. Like
How
the
did you get back? Did you have any money to get back? Like what happened?
No, I think we ended up leaving that night. We would do that a lot. Remember we were driving out to like Morongo like multiple times a week. It was gross. We'd make that drive home depressed like most nights.
Everybody lost money.
So
Were
quiet.
you with me for that, Logan? Oh my God.
Probably.
We went to Morongo. We lose. I'm like super depressed or whatever. Like lost $300, the end of my world.
Yeah.
I'm driving back and I need to pee so bad, and I'm speeding. It's like 6 a.m. We were there all night, and we get pulled over like 2 stops from my house. I'm like, fuck, dude, really? And I'm driving like 100, bro. Like really irresponsible.
Same short pipe.
And it's a girl.
Yes.
It is, and it's like a girl cop, and she goes up to the window. She's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I need to be totally honest with you, officer. You give me a ticket, do whatever you need to do. I need to use the restroom so bad. Can you follow me to the Shell? I need to use the restroom.
Yeah.
And you give me a ticket. I get it. I'm sorry." And she looks at me and she's like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm so sorry. I have to use the restroom. I'm gonna pee my pants. Like I need to use the restroom so bad." And I'm like, and I'm honest. Like I need to use the restroom. She like goes to her car and comes back. She's like, "I'm not gonna follow you to the restroom. You could just go home."
Nice.
Sick, dude.
That's a good win to cap off a bad night.
yeah. That's
A
fair.
nice
Yeah.
fundamental win.
Yeah.
I remember you were asking like the biggest single loss, and it's not the Conor McGregor fight. I was here at your house last year, and I went very, very deep on a DFS lineup.
You lost more than 2K doing DFS lineups?
Yeah, a single
Gangster,
lineup.
bro.
It
Oh,
was
one lineup?
Do you know
Yeah.
why he probably like won a tournament and like had a bunch of money
Yeah,
in there?
that's
Or,
exactly
like,
what happened.
Remember?
that's how they get you.
I
No,
had,
dude, your biggest win's so much bigger than that. You won dude.
My biggest loss. So
We didn't talk about your biggest one.
my biggest win, I won the DK tournament. But for the biggest loss, I was here with you or watching. It was the game Tom Brady played the Colts last year. And I was all in on Tom Brady at double stack Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
And all he did for the whole week was text this week about how does Tom Brady not shit on the sorry-ass Colts and Phillip Rivers.
And you know what happened? Leonard Fournette rushed 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he had zero Leonard
I had
Fournette
0.
exposure.
So I had Tom Brady and his 2 wide receivers, and his running back scored 5 rushing touchdowns.
So they did win by a lot.
They dominated. They scored 50 points, and Tom Brady had nothing, and I lost like $3,000. And I was like, it should have been a smash fest. And that was the biggest.
You got a lot of
I've been an absolute degenerate my entire life, bro. It's like
I was gonna say, dude. I was like, dude, we watched you win a shit ton of money. Like we were talking about this before, like you playing Ultimate Texas Hold'em. But then I realized that's not even the biggest win you had. You know what I mean? Like I was
yeah. My net worth looks like a roller coaster. It's like,
well, I mean,
The only way to do it is by putting it all
backed
there.
by quite a bit of stability from your job. You know what I mean? Like that's
of course, yeah, you gotta have some stability.
My net worth looks like that. Like I'll dump a rent check and then we're like back. You know what I mean? And then we're like building.
Yeah, it's a fun
3
way to
weeks
live your
of
life,
building.
though.
But
3 weeks of building.
Like, do you guys ever think about like how just in the sectors that we're in, like the level of desensitization that we have to money? I feel
Sure.
like that all the time.
I do not feel like that at all.
I feel like it all the time. Just
gave
in
my dad a
gambling, I
gift
think if
today.
you gamble, you have to have some level of desensitization.
I don't really
towards
gamble.
money.
That's the thing. I don't really gamble.
I
I don't
do-
play a lot
you
of poker, and I don't gamble. I don't gamble like you guys do. I'll gamble when we go to Vegas, but that's it.
That's them.
Maybe it's
I play poker.
I
Fine.
do not gamble.
I've never looked
like
at poker as
when
gambling.
I'll take like random sporadic short-term breaks, and I'm in real life, like real world, and I'm like, wow, like what I spent on like a lineup last night, like
It's a lot of money.
I can go to Europe. Like
Dude,
Yeah.
Logan was talking about
losing money more than I enjoy winning money.
Like, what are you talking about?
Nah.
Desensitizing to money? Like today, I gave my dad a gift of like $25,000. I just gave it to him. And like,
that's so nosebleeds.
And then
that's
no, and then
crazy.
I was holding the money.
by any
and I
chance
was-
do you have a successful YouTube channel?
No, and then I was talking to my friend Cap, and he was like, "Bro, like you're holding the equivalent of like
Did you give him a Rolex?
more than no. Like I just gave him cash.
You give him just 25 racks.
Yeah,
Let's go, baby.
I feel. Do you ever realize how much like just if you try to equate the money that your family spent on you like over your lifetime,
Totally.
it's like $1 million, dude. It's kind of
I
crazy.
mean, they decided to have a kid. It's their responsibility.
Do you think
Logan and I.
if you didn't make this much money, you would feel the same way?
I would 100% give whatever I could. I've always been super giving. And it sucks. I don't mean like the money to be the thing. I think the gesture of being like, I love you. He just had like a surgery and it cost a lot of money. And like, you know, he just didn't have like that money just laying around. And I did. It was most of my money, but I was like, fuck it. Like, what am I going to do? I made I made a couple of really good high roller episodes. I'm like, I'm not going to be playing high roller stuff for a
I was
while.
gonna say, yeah, like what you would spend on like a big blind is like, you know, significant to most people. You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
$50 is a lot of money.
$100 on games.
So I'm saying, but it's like
dude, Jesus Christ, on a big.
Just fucking.
Do you guys
Like,
want to play right now?
when
I'm
we
not
were
a gambler, dude.
when we were at the festival, I was like, the lines were so long. I was like, I'm just gonna give someone like $200 and say, hey, get me what I want, and like you can, you know, here's $200. Like, give me what I
I
want.
think you
It's
could
like,
get away with
crazy.
giving somebody $20 and doing that.
like, yeah, it's like
Logan,
just-
do you
what
feel
I
that way?
said.
Do you feel that way?
What?
Where you give? I think you're very giving too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially
but
to his dad, I think.
would you be like, here's $200? Can you get me something? From
No.
I thought you meant to his
I'd
dad.
fucking wait my ass in line.
No,
before I
like-
give somebody
Logan's very
$200.
given to his father.
Would you wait in
or
line
something.
for 90 minutes?
$1,000,000%.
You wait in line for
I
90
do not
minutes?
like losing money, dude. Not my thing. Not my
The thing
vibe.
is, I'm
Losing
like,
his
I could
time.
probably get
get
this
it.
shit online. I don't really care enough to have it
Yeah.
right now.
It's not like a great example, but it's like just the
I get what you mean. It's like
When you
why-
And
buy-
it's like, basically, I'm rich, you know.
not even what I'm trying to say. It's just more
if
like
I can
the,
white knuckle it on
No,
that.
it's the point is
It's
that
like,
like,
I own a
I
house.
equate my time to
Yeah, it's
money
money,
a
I get
lot.
it.
So it's like, bro, do I need to wait here?
I don't. I work at a fucking restaurant, so like I don't. You know what I mean?
No, you do respect your time still.
I respect
though.
my time, but like I don't respect it enough to $200 for somebody to wait in line
It's
is a lot of
excessive.
money.
I think $20
It's very
is the same
excessive.
thing.
$20
Would you pay
is
$20 to do it?
100%.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the
you're
point.
right. You're right.
That's
you're
the
right.
point.
That's very fair. This $200 came out out of left field. Like that just
It
hit
was
me,
just
it
like-
hit me in
it
the
It
face.
was so excessive.
And
was
told
like-
me, he's like, should I just give someone $100 in front of the line to give me a hat?
Yeah,
And
even $100 is a lot.
I was like,
Yeah, $100
no.
is a
I'm
lot.
like, it's just a hat that
20
you're.
bucks
I'm
maybe.
like, when's the last time you wore a hat?
I'm not a big hat guy.
You could be.
I'll wear a hat when the hair starts to go.
David,
think he
David,
just
how you
wanted-
feeling, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. David gets it. He's good.
Okay.
So David's our producer. Yeah, this is our film,
It's our
dude.
tape.
This is our tape, dude.
Gotta run the tape.
You got
Logan, I have all of your
Croc pieces in your car.
I have all my croc. I have
Yeah.
all your croc pieces. I know. I put them on my croc.
yours. I
Yeah.
think I told Stephanie
doubled
and
up.
stuff.
Mine?
Did
Oh, his. Yeah, I have mine.
did Logan give you the shoes that I got you for your birthday?
The gold ones.
I put them
No,
on.
the Heelys.
I literally told him to never give those to me in my life.
You wouldn't wear Heelys?
Dude, I'm fat.
Imagine-
What the fuck? No. I would break something. David, imagine me just healing at the fucking Radica, dude. Just like game over.
No, you're rolling through the casino with fucking racks with Heelys on, dog. That's so cool.
Imagine me with like 4 racks of chips, like with Heelys on.
Yeah, those Heelys are just.
Did you guys
taking up
play
space
Heelys?
in my
Like
trunk.
wear Heelys growing up?
No.
But I
I
thought they were
did.
really cool.
That's
I thought
such a
people
white
that
person
had
thing.
Heelys were super cool. So,
I wore
Really?
Heelys,
I never thought that.
dude, when I
Thank
was in
God.
third grade, I
was
thought
so
that shit
smart.
was
I had
fucking
wore them.
tight, dude.
and
Dude.
I didn't learn like it's not like a natural like the ability to like just the way you're
Yeah, it's not like the commercial.
the
It's how you
mechanism
do
of
it.
like how you do it isn't like ingrained in people unless you've actually done it before. So for me, it's like riding, like you just flip in and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, heels up, baby, we ride.
You know, this
Yeah.
was equates to like I don't think I was the coolest kid ever. That's not my point here. But like, I snap saw people with roller backpacks. I was like, lamb. I was like, dude, that gets whack.
Dude, I used to have a roller backpack.
That gets whack. I'd be like, yo, that's whack as fuck, dude.
Bro, lock it in.
Nerd.
I
100%.
Dude, I was a nerd.
I had a
I was
binder.
Well,
I didn't
I was
have a backpack.
whack and a nerd until like 8th grade.
Ever? You're going to 2nd grade with just a binder?
Oh, so, I mean, 2nd grade. I don't even know what I
I
had.
had a roller
Dude,
backpack.
who had a
Aidan's like,
roller
I have a
backpack in high
pencil.
school? You are really lost if you have a roller backpack
No,
in high
I,
school.
in high
Did
school,
not.
I didn't even have a backpack.
It was too fucking
He's like,
cool. to do
backpacks
homework,
aren't
dude.
cool.
Yeah,
bro.
we had lockers and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
you have a locker and you walk around with a binder.
Dude, I failed out of high school.
Dude,
so
I went
didn't
to
have anything
I went to
on
South
me.
Pass, bro. We didn't have
I'm not
lockers.
giving
What the
up.
fuck is that?
what was
uh,
your GPA in high school?
Very bad.
You graduated with a 1.7 late. Holler at me.
What?
Yeah.
Before I
I
transferred,
graduated with a 1.8.
before I transferred from South Pass to Muir, I think my GPA was like a 1. I'm not
Ooh.
exaggerating.
So maybe it's not the best to say graduated with because the last year it's like you have such an easy schedule if you set it up properly.
Yeah.
Like I spent the
for me.
first 3.5 years
this
formatting
guy.
how I wanted to go about it. So by the time the last semester rolled around, I was in like a sport, an art, like one of the computer science classes.
Yeah. yeah.
See,
Wood shop.
That's so much structure. I didn't even know how to apply for fucking colleges. My parents didn't know how to apply for colleges. Nobody knew
on the
anything.
website.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying.
Bro, you went to South Pass. Like, we had.
I didn't know
These counselors
shit,
were like
bro.
doing everything for you.
My senior year, I took every class that I had failed before that. I had like 9 classes to take my senior year. Dude, I
Nice.
didn't apply to colleges because I didn't even know fucking how to apply to colleges.
I just went to community college. I went to the
I mean,
website.
you also didn't
I get
apply to
it.
colleges because you had a 1.7 GPA.
Whoa, take it easy. I still wanted to go to college, dude. I still could have gone to college.
You
I,
can go to
I wasn't stupid.
There
I
was a
just, like,
college
didn't
for you
do
at
anything.
1.7.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I
of
did
course.
horrible.
Phoenix Online,
Yeah.
the Harvard of the online schools.
I mean, that's why I didn't, because I had a shitty GPA. I'm like, bruh.
I just went to community
Still
for
could've gone
2.5 years.
The community.
If you pay
dropped
enough
out
money,
5
you can
times.
go everywhere.
Did any of us
Yeah.
actually no
None of
college
us.
for anybody here?
I got my AA.
That's pretty good, man.
That's
Like,
pretty
anybody
good.
else?
That counts. That counts.
Anybody beaten? Anybody
Yeah.
beaten that?
No,
You have a
that's
degree?
sick.
No.
No, I took 2.5 years, but
Fucking go.
I was a business major and I took nothing but philosophy and psychology classes that don't count towards that
Yeah,
major.
you're doing no GEs.
I was just taking classes that I was interested. I hated GEs.
I like that
I was
call.
like, why am I going to
the
do
way
GEs?
to do it? If
I
you're
did
gonna
that
go
the
to
first
community
half
college,
of PCC.
if you're gonna go to community college, like go for like shit that you actually want to fucking learn.
Yeah. I was talking about that today. I was like, dude,
That's what I did.
PCC is elite.
And then
Like,
they kicked me out
it's
You
because
so
paid
good.
$300 and like actually learn about shit.
but they
you care
kicked
about.
me out because I wasn't taking because you have to have GEs. So they kicked me out.
Oh, they were like,
And
you're
it's
not
like,
completing
I
your
just want to
major.
do the fun
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah, literally.
Were you on a scholarship? That's weird that they would just kick
No,
you out.
it's a community and
They
they were
kicked you
like,
out of your major or out of the school?
I was academic
You
probation.
can't have a major if you don't have a G.
Well, that's fine. You can still go to PCC without declaring a major. People do it all the time. You can go to a community.
Yeah, I
college
just
without
want to
declaring a
learn
major.
shit.
You were probably just committed to something and then you weren't doing
I was a business
Yeah.
management major and I didn't go to any GE class. I
weird.
just went to the class that I liked.
That's super weird.
I was into philosophy and psychology, and I
Big
would just eat
philosophy
a bunch
guy?
of edibles and walk in and just talk with everyone and It's just big open discussions, big podcast vibes, and I would just shit on all these idiots. Like they were just so dumb.
He's like, do you guys even watch Joe Rogan?
Huh? Literally, I was just deep in Joe Rogan, like barely, like I was just.
Do you guys even watch Joe Rogan?
Literally, yeah.
He's like,
Do you have like a 1.7 because you're dumb or because you didn't apply yourself? Like
didn't
90%
apply
of the
myself.
time it's because you don't apply
Obviously,
yourself.
it's because I didn't apply myself.
Like I had like I remember looking at my thing. It was like a 0.94.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
And obviously, you're like, yeah, I'm not like, dude, it's high school. Like, and all of us should be able to get a 4.0 in our fucking sleep, dude.
So
like,
when I went to John Muir, oh fuck, I just doxed my high school. Fuck you. Shout out to John Muir, bro. Went to John Muir
There's a lot of
for
John
3
Muirs out
semesters, 4.5 every single semester.
Boom.
It was so easy. Because I was like, wait, I gotta graduate.
you're in a
bro.
position to apply yourself too.
Well,
you liked it more. You weren't.
oh
Fucking
yeah, I wasn't
pressed,
getting
like,
bullied and shit. Yeah, I was way better, bro.
Of course.
for me, I just started ditching school and smoking weed.
Yeah, bro. You saw
I-
those tickets,
Bro,
Then-
you saw those J. Cole tickets with Hector the Neglector, man.
I didn't do any of
Yo,
that.
I'm not exaggerating, bro. My senior year, I ditched every single day. And I wasn't even like the guy who was like, oh, I ditched like a period. I left at like the first break of the day. And you know what I would do? Shout out to John Muir, bro. They were elite. So my car at the time happened to be like a nice car for like kids to drive. So I'd park it in the teacher's lot and nobody would bat an eye. It was like a little convertible V6 Mustang. So I'd walk down the cafeteria, and then if you push all the way through and you go to the very back, they for some reason left that door open, and you just walk up these flight of stairs to go to the teacher's parking lot. So I would go down. My friends would be like, yo, where are you going to go? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go to the cafeteria, dude. I like gone for the day, dude. Like it was, we have like security guards and shit. Like you could not like ditch at our school. Like it'd be kind of hard. But because I had that thing, I'd just like go up, get in the car, drive off.
Why were you getting bullied? Were you a Clipper fan then, or?
No, God, no. God, no.
Very nice.
I could never. No,
like-
it was just like, dude.
I was just joking. I
South
didn't need-
over here.
South Pass is like all like white people, and if you're not white, you're like Asian. And I also didn't go to the middle school, so I didn't get introduced to a clique early
You
enough.
are Asian, so
Yeah, but like I wasn't looked at as Asian.
True.
India
was-
is in Asia.
Yeah, but I wasn't looked at like
Tell that to
shit,
an
dude.
11th grader.
not, what 50% of the population was like Korean or whatever, and like I'm just not that. Obviously, South Pass.
Are you sure? You're not Korean?
I'm pretty positive.
I'm pretty sure Logan's not Korean.
I'm
by
pretty
the way.
much Korean by association.
Logan, what's your middle name?
Choi.
Korean.
True.
Very Korean.
Wow, that's it, huh?
enlightening.
And
What's your middle name?
Christian.
Christian? He has
My
3
first
Are you
name-
serious? You didn't even know
My
that?
first name's Michael. That's why you call me MCA.
3 first names. 3 first
Come
names.
on, dude. Yeah, you guys call me 3FN.
names.
You guys literally call me MCA.
Fuck, what is Aidan's middle name? It's like Philip or something? Phil?
It's Lyman.
Lecter.
What is it?
It's
Lyman.
Lyman? No, it's
Lyman?
not. Your middle name's Hyman and you never fucking told
Hyman
us.
or Lyman?
Lyman. Imagine if it was
Lyman.
Hyman. That'd be hilarious.
No,
Lyman?
My middle name's
Lyman.
Lyman?
So I lie.
It's an Irish name.
Wow, that's cool, man.
That's interesting.
You're like actually Irish.
Yeah, but Irish passport.
dude, this
fuck
guy's
with that.
so white that he's red. And you're saying, wow, he's actually Irish.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the first time. I've never been to Ireland with this guy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, you guys went to Ireland together.
I go to Ireland.
Yeah, it was fun.
Probably been to Ireland 12 dozen times. Like I literally have a
Damn, that's a
passport
lot
there.
of times.
Very
I
Irish.
could move
dude.
there. Like I have, family and I could live there.
Do you
You're a
think
citizen.
Do you think you fit
I mean,
in?
I can move
On
anywhere.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, do they fuck with you? They're like, yeah, you know, we take this guy in.
No, I'm
We
bigger
fuck
than
with you.
everyone.
In Ireland?
Yeah.
Bullshit, dude. I'm taking everybody who lives in
No.
Ireland over you. I'm taking the
No.
women in Ireland over you.
What?
In what aspect?
100%.
In what regard?
And what?
I've only seen Samurai Jack, and I'm pretty sure that's like a Scottish trope, but like Scottish women are like really abrasive.
Nah, Irish people are small.
What? Yeah, probably. Look at Conor McGregor, dude. Conor McNuggets.
Doesn't
Irish
that
people
feel
are
weird?
small.
Do we all feel like that feels weird? I feel like that feels weird.
Irish people are not that tall.
I don't
dude.
care about if them being small. You know, like
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just feel like Irish people are ready to like throw down.
Oh,
Oh.
You know what I mean?
because
Like,
the alcohol and stuff.
yeah, maybe. Just like I don't know. I'm
We
like
were in
taking an
Ireland,
Irish
and on the
person.
bus, there's a big billboard. It's like this. It's like a caricature. It's this redheaded ginger guy. It's a T-shirt that says "I heart Spuds." He's got a bloody nose and a beer, and it says, "This is not us. Don't let the media try to convince you."
Oh yeah, there you go. Because I've totally been. That's like a.
yeah.
I don't even
Everyone's
think
like,
about that.
Irish people are just drunk people that like to fight and eat potatoes.
Yeah, in my head,
It's
that's
not true.
that's-
No.
but I believe that it's
Jameson?
not true. I'm
They like to drink, but yeah, they're trying to get away from the fighting stigmatism.
I like that. Conor McGregor's doing nothing for them, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Only negative.
He's like the only Irish person that. When I
Everybo-
think of an Irish person, I think of Conor McGregor.
You're welcome.
No, that's bad. It's bad. We just agreed that it's bad.
He's
You,
pretty
you know
cool.
what? Conor
He's pretty
McGregor and
cool.
you are the only two Irish people I think of, and you guys are doing the
Two
same
bad
thing.
examples for sure.
Could you
Two bad examples.
could
yeah.
you physically do an 11-hour flight? Or are you just unable to go to Europe in your
I
life?
have.
to.
I've
What
been
do you
all
mean?
over Europe. I've
He's
told
been
you
to
I've been to
Japan.
Amsterdam before. Been to Japan. Been to Amsterdam. I've been all over Europe.
Yeah, he was
no
also
idea.
like 10 years
Yeah.
old, right?
No, I was like 15 when I went to
Does
Japan.
that even
and
count?
When I went to Italy.
Could you
Do you
even
even-
could you
Can you even put death into perspective at 15?
as a as
No,
a
I wasn't afraid of
No,
flying.
literally think
I'm
about
saying
that.
like as an adult now,
I
could you
completely agree with you.
It's
as-
very. You have
Could
to
I
think
do it?
about
Of
that.
course.
like now you could like
Of course. I'm not.
'cause I don't know how to like quantify. Like you said,
I
like you hate
it,
flying, but
I,
like,
dude, you've known me for what, like 2 years?
yeah.
I've flown like multiple times, and I've hated it every time.
I mean, it's like no one's like, oh, I'm stoked to be on an 11-hour flight. Like it sucks for everyone, but
No,
like,
but
you
I'm,
make
like,
it seem like you're
afraid.
scared of it.
I am
yeah.
afraid.
I think that
yeah.
moving
Did
forward
you
on
take a
long
Xanax and
flights.
just be chill and like pass out?
I mean, maybe I don't want to resort to. I don't want to be like I'm gonna. Well, I would resort to drinking. I would
Instead of taking Xanax, I would drink like 6
you just take like a
martinis.
sleep. Like we took Advil PM and slept the entire way there.
Yeah, that seems like
That's
a great call.
late, yeah.
Like it's not like no one's like
Moving
yeah.
forward, I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Xanax has to be the play. Like any type
Yeah.
of like for sure knock me out.
Like,
and
what
then
do you-
done.
I've never tested Xanax though.
Would
so I've never-
turbulence make you
I've never done
more
any
scared?
drug
Like
in
does
my
that
life, so-
bother you or?
It's the anxiety. Yeah, it's the anxiety of being in a plane. It's an irrational fear.
But like, what if I told you that turbulence, as scary as it may be,
No,
doesn't
I've
affect your
sent this TikTok
probability
to
of
him.
crashing?
it's not
I sent this
that.
TikTok to him,
I
dude.
recognize that it's not dangerous. I recognize that it's. The
Can you not
safest way to fly.
circumvent like the fear in your brain
No,
while it's
because
happening?
I'm not a fucking sociopath.
He
That's
just said
insane.
He just said it. He just said it comes from an irrational place.
Yeah, it's an irrational fear.
But it's so weird for me because it's like I see the thing happening in my brain. Like I register that there's
You
a
just
line
turn
of
it
thought.
off?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. It's like a superpower.
It's not cool. That's insane.
like
No,
you
that's
don't
not
catch
insane.
yourself thinking.
That scares the shit out of me.
Like, no,
means
that's a
you can look
superpower.
at me and be like, "Oh, I hate you. I'm gonna turn off the love I have for you, and I'm just gonna stab you."
Can you not like if you have a thought in your head that you're like, oh, I don't like that I'm thinking this, just stop thinking it. Can you not do that?
No, I can do that now.
No.
No.
I mean, yeah, I can, of course, but with fear, it's different.
This
Thoughts
guy's a
are
spider in
different.
the back of his head, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Thoughts are different. Like that's that's like emotional, like maturity and whatever, dealing with your emotions. I can do that. Fear is not something you experience very often. So having like rep range with, or having a lot of reps with fear is, you know what I mean? Like I'm better at flying now than I used to be.
I think I get into that mindset is when like I'm pretty experienced with weed as a whole, and I go to like those like I get
you go real dark places.
and you go there often enough where it's not a dark place anymore.
Sure.
So you just get accustomed to like I said, I was eating edibles, like heavy dosages where you're getting fucking like freaked out, but you just get comfortable in that state and you go, I'm controlling my thoughts. Like I can control my own
Why,
brain
but why
patterns
would you
here.
even get to that part?
fair.
Like, why don't
Because
you get
it's
there?
a practice. Like if you put yourself into that
You gotta master
uncomfortable
your
But
high.
like, why
You
would
master
you need
your
to
high.
get there, dude?
Because you master your high.
Because
you have to know what
You couldn't
know all the
master.
rooms.
You couldn't master 50 milligrams. And
I
like,
agree
that's
with you.
good.
I think that's a great
it's putting
thing.
it's just training your brain to be in control of what's happening.
What about when you're not high?
it's fine. Yeah. I
So
can
for
control
You
me-
just did all the work. You did all the
Yeah.
legwork when you were high.
Yeah.
So
So
for-
you put yourself in like right now, if you're just chilling at home,
I don't
like,
think
you're
it's
not-
infallible like you're making it sound though.
I don't know how.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that word means.
So
Can we pull up infallible?
yeah, can you get that definition first?
Like
I mean,
like,
I could just tell.
I don't think it's a perfect system.
David's like,
think
I don't
there's a
even
lot
know
of
how to spell
holes
that
in
shit.
there.
Of course, yeah, of course.
I
It's-
think
it's-
weed like superimposes certain things. So
and
like
being
the
able
good
to
and the
control
bad.
that for sure.
Yeah, but there's still a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of nuance in between that I think you miss when you're using just a substance to get there. Do you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I think it.
But it
works
gives you better
generally.
practice than nothing.
Yeah, completely agree with you. I completely agree. With
Yeah, you're putting yourself in like a really, uncontrollable mindset that's probably not the best. And you have these
And you have
crazy
to come
thoughts
out of it.
and you're going, oh, there's a fucking Yellowstone can blow up at any moment. Like, we got to freak out. Like, there's an earthquake. We're on the San Andreas Fault. And you just don't even worry about it.
So my thing,
That's fair.
Put yourself into a situation where you're going to freak out.
I think
as
you're a
often
little
as
bit
possible.
less emotional than most people too, though. So like, I think it's a little bit easier for you to like turn off the emotion. Like for me, it's like anger. Like that's one that I've had to work at a lot, and now I can do a pretty good job of like curbing my anger
Because you catch it before it
gets
happens.
angry.
Do
Yeah,
that same thing.
but I
that
have
same,
a lot more practice with that. You know what I mean?
But give yourself practice with the other one.
Totally. Yeah, but what I'm saying is like these things take like a lot of these are big things. They take a lot of time. You know what I mean? So I think it's
And
my
but-
flying thing
like,
happened in inverse.
fear is not a big one. You know that you work with.
I was never scared of flying because I did it when I was younger.
Me too.
Never got scared. The turbulence, I thought it was like whatever.
Fun. Yeah. Cool.
I never even
Fun.
thought it was fun. I just thought it was a part of it.
Fine.
I just thought it was a part of it. And then it got to a point where I went down the YouTube content rabbit hole. And I ended up on this thing where there was this guy. I think he was like from Italy. He was like like flying a massive plane, like 300 people in it. And like we're talking about control and structure. He made the decision, was like, everybody's going to die today. And the pilot locked the other pilot out while he was in the restroom, and he just nosedived the plane into the Alps or whatever. Like, he was like, I'm going to commit suicide, but so are all 300 of you. And that scared me. I was like, oh my God. Like,
There's just a guy up there.
there's a guy up there that could just like fall asleep or just be like, you know what? I don't want to live anymore. And I'm now a passenger that doesn't have a choice.
I feel that way.
I mean,
There's
that's
a
just
guy
such
like that
a-
everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel
the
that
food you
same
eat,
way.
the
Yeah.
cars on the freeway.
But I'm just scared of like the random chance occurrence.
The
I'm
problem-
scared that I'm rolling the dice.
The problem with the car thing is like, yeah, somebody could just fucking fly. And
You have control.
No, even though I'm lying. No, but you're even lying to yourself. Like, oh, I can maneuver out of the way because I'm a good driver. That's mostly lying. Yeah. But like, at least I can tell myself that I'm like, I'm driving, bro. I can fucking
Comforting.
whip out of this shit, bro.
I completely
Like Logan
agree
the other
with you.
day was like, bro, I made the craziest move. I was driving. This guy whipped his car out at like 100 miles an hour,
Logan's
and
kind
I
of a bad
zoomed
driver,
him.
dude.
Yeah, bad driver for sure.
Bad driver, dude.
Yeah.
You know who else is?
I don't have
also
a
really
DUI.
good?
I don't have a DUI either.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, you tried to really throw that at me? I do not have a DUI.
Exonerated.
No, wait.
I never had
Sorry,
a DUI.
you talked about the DUI story, and you didn't get the DUI.
Didn't get the DUI.
Oh,
So-
He
Yeah,
allegedly.
yeah. I'm a
dude.
great driver.
Allegedly,
You
yeah.
know I'm an elite driver. I'm an excellent driver.
I think I'm a great. I think I'm a great driver.
You're a driver. You're a driver, that's for sure.
No. He doesn't think he's a good driver. Do you think you're a good driver?
Me?
I've never
I
gotten
think you're a
into-
fine
I've never
driver.
hit
Fine.
anything or anything. Yeah. I'm a great driver.
Do you hear David?
Aiden's
Play
a
Gran Turismo.
horrible driver. Aiden, like, you know
That's
how
why
when
you
you
got a
turn
truck.
when you turn into parking lots, he'll run over the curb every single
I'm
time.
in a truck. I can do that.
Yeah, but it's not the
You were
point.
in a fucking black
I've never been in
Toyota
a-
Corolla forever.
I think you're a good driver.
I was in a Camry.
Aiden backed into a yellow pole with his old car.
That was in the Prius. That was in the Prius.
Even worse, dude.
I mean, it's like I've never hit anyone or anything.
This guy ran into a wall.
Before I had a license.
How many times has Logan like actually been in a car crash though?
Like so many times.
Or yeah, I've never
This
been.
guy
in one.
Yeah, and
falls
only
asleep
one
behind the
time
wheel.
of him I was driving.
This guy was falling asleep at the wheel.
See, that's the kind of shit I'm
I've done
talking
that,
about.
yeah.
Like that's bad.
He fell asleep on the wheel and fell off the cliff,
Dude, when we're
The
driving
fuck?
to
That's
Vegas,
scary.
he'll go in from periods between like driving slow and then like driving really fucking fast and then like driving slow again.
Because
that-
I mean,
that-
there's
that
just like
freaks me
no
out.
traffic.
Yeah, that freaks me out.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's podcast. An hour and a half long. We'll never have like a proper structure as far as like time length. We want to hit an hour for sure.
I don't
If it goes longer than that, we like it. If it doesn't, then it doesn't. But I want to
I
thank
guess
my
it is 12.
co-host. I want to thank my co-host for coming down. Specifically, these two gentlemen here who came
Specifically
an
me.
hour and
You're welcome,
who
guys.
came
You're
an
welcome.
hour away. This guy who took time away from his girlfriend to come, and also a massive shout
I was
out to
watching
David,
House of the Dragon.
producer. David, the producer, is here. You know, he's a grinder. He doesn't even get paid enough for this. It's literally
David's like, I'm not even getting paid. Like,
shout out to David. If this ever becomes monetizable, you're Jamie, bro. You're getting freaking paid.
you're Jimmy Gold.
Who?
I
On the Joe Rogan podcast, his
I-
name is Jamie.
I
Wow.
apologize for the Ditto metaphor in the beginning. It was not a well
That
structured
one's still
idea.
Give us
gone,
a
eh?
thing, give us a
That's
thing.
fine.
Give us a thing.
Yeah.
Give us a cricket.
Dude, we're all gonna have
Thank you guys. Make sure to comment, like,
comfortable moments in
subscribe,
this show.
and do all the good stuff. And that's pretty much it, guys. Have a
GGs,
nice
guys.
day.